Revenue Minister for finally amending the Land Revenue Code to regularize unauthorized construction of, of houses on government land, including our long pending Alvara land requirements and up to 400 square meters. That will cause a lot of relief to a lot of our thousands of applicants. Thank you, sir. I also take this opportunity to appreciate the efforts of Honorable Minister for simplifying the process for repairs, renovation and reconstruction of houses. Poili tanka conversion sanad lagtali, but now with Deputy Collector can issue a settlement land certificate, and with Panchayat and municipality is needed to just verify and certify the legal structures. So this is helping a lot of people. Alvarचे landaचे उलयता असताना we have lot of pending applicants, over 1,000 applicants which are still pending for regularization of their land, and I've been taking up this issue since the last 3 years. And the land issue is pending only because of title documents, because of succession deed, because they are asking for birth certificate, marriage certificate, and people residing there in our village areas, nobody has marriage and death certificate, and it's pending for the last so many generations. I request the Honorable Minister, if simplification of this procedure and documentation is very much needed, where documentary evidence are not available, if oral evidence that are available may be considered by constituting a committee. Parat ya lokank who are living on Alvara land, so tanka even just basic, even to take bank loans is not possible. Restrictions on sale and transfer, forget. But even just to construct a new house, bank loan is not possible. So a simplification of the procedure would be much appreciated in this. And to reopen the window for submission of applications, that is also part of the new revenue code. Thank you very much. Because the submission process had stopped since 2020. Now you will be reopening the window. So that will be, that's a huge relief for our people from Sattari. And the same thing is for people living on encroached lands. Some parts of our Sattari Taluka, there are a lot of people besides Alvara, they are actually there for generations. So actually they are called encroachers, but they are actually, they are traditional dwellers who are there for so many years now. When they are going to regularize their rate, the rate which is the applicant is expected to pay is 5% of the existing market value. So when you go to regularize their encroached land, they are expected to pay the market value and the penalty 5 times the market rate, which is exorbitant and not affordable by our people. So, so people who are living there before 1972 or before 2014, if the fees which are collected or which are levied to the people, if you do it, the rates which were there in 1972, if those rates are applied to them, that will be a huge relief for us, because right now they have to pay market exorbitant rates.
So now rates will be changed.
So the now rates
old rates
will be good. Thank you so much, because this was the main issue for us, for our people from Sattari, and this is a huge relief for us. When I'm talking on demand number 72 on waste management, science and technology, it's one portfolio. I appreciate the decision of the Honorable Minister and the Goa Waste Management Corporation to engage reputed and experienced agencies specialized in door-to-door waste collection for effective sanitation and waste handling in our villages. But it's important that the Panchayat, they are managing their garbage very effectively, and a proper waste management at the Panchayat level will prevent littering and open dumping of waste. But Kirezala, because of lack of funds, they are collecting a tax from the locals, but that is not enough for the panchayats to run the waste management thing, nor can they get empanel the agencies that you have empaneled with you at panchayat level. So they are using local daily wage workers and using their local vehicles to collect the garbage. And I should say most of my out of the 8 panchayats, I can say at least 5 of the panchayats are doing a very good job about maintaining the places clean. But I would like to mention that in one panchayat, Pariya panchayat, there are a couple of these black spots, like close to the gym area near Zarivada. I'll tell you the exact spots, which is they are coming and dumping. We have put CCTV cameras. The hooligans are breaking the cameras. We have put lights, high mass, everything. But I don't know when, because my panchayat, that wall borders Mr. Premen Sheth's constituency, Karapur. So there's a lot of dumping happening in that area, close to the gym area. And nobody knows what happens. So, and there's so in his area also, at Karapur and my area, there's a lot of these black spots where people are just coming and dumping. I would like your department to. I'll just give the details where you can instruct your officers to just see, put some mechanism in order. We put CCTV cameras also, but and if our panchayats, economically weak panchayats, could be helped by your department to some funding for garbage management, because they are actually doing a very, very good job. Especially my Maushi Panchayat is doing a fantastic job. So if because as it is, we are not getting GI funds. So, managing panchayat at the panchayat level by the punch members is becoming very difficult, because there are no GI funds and no funds coming for garbage collection also. So, if your department could help them, handhold them for some time at least, till our economically weaker panchayats become Swayambhur on their own. So, that will take them a long way. Thank you. Uh, I would like to appreciate, just 2 minutes, appreciate the efforts of the Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, the Nodal Officer Mr. Deepak Parab and his entire team at the Department of Science and Technology for processing the registration of GI indications in Goa. It's important to highlight that the GI tag for Goa Kaju was registered in 2020, and GI tag Kaju nuts are still not, they have still not, the Goa Kaju has still not got the GI tag. If your department could just fast track the process. So this is going to help our local Kaju processors and the local farmers get the GI tag and, get the rate that they deserve at the local and the international and national markets, because it's very important that our local Goan GI tag products in synergy with the Department of Science and Technology and key industry stakeholders. It's very important that a board is constituted for the promotion and to show how important the GI tag is, especially for our cashew nuts, because we have seen the amount of spurious cashew that is there in Goa. So if this GI tag is given immediately to our cashew nuts of the cashew industry, the Feni has got its GI tag, but the cashew nut has still not got. Though the Chennai board has passed it, but there is some issue here at the Goa, which that's the reason the Goa board has still not given the GI tag to the cashew. So hopefully your department can fast track this matter. Thank you, Speaker, sir.
Praveen Alekar.
Speaker sir, I wish to support the demand and oppose the cut motion. Speaker sir, I apologize Honorable Minister of for Revenue Department. तो खूप बरे काम करता आणि तो इजी अवेलेबल असता केन्नाय गेलो जाल्यार. तशेंच आयज गव्हर्मेंटान आयज आमकां पेडणेकारांक लागून खूब बरें डिसिजन घेतलेलें आसा. ते म्हटल्यार जी आयज आमची एडमिनिस्ट्रेटीव बिल्डींग ती आयज आमकां सँक्शन करून आयज आमकां दिल्ली आसा. आनी हांव मना काळजानसून तशेंच आमच्या डायनेमीक CM एकाय बी आनी तशेंच आमच्या रेव्हेन्यू मिनिस्टराक मना काळजानसून हांव तांकां देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. तशेंच ती आमची ओल्ड बिल्डींग आसली ती त्या बिल्डिंगेक आमकां खूब त्रास जाताले. आमच्या जे आमचे लोक आहा पळय त्या लोकांक थंयसर गेलो जाल्यार आमच्या ती 3rd फ्लोराचेर जे आमचे सिनियर सिटीजन आहा तांकां चडपाकूय खूब त्रास जाताले. तशेंच हे काम करता ते कर्मचारी तांकांय बी खूब त्रास जाता. खास करून आतां जे लास्ट टायम हांवेंनूय वचून इन्स्पेक्शन केल्लें कित्याक वयरसून त्या बिल्डिंगेचे तेजे हे पडटाले स्लॅबाचे हे पडटाले ते मागीर हांगासर रिनोवेट करून आतां तांकां दिल्ले आसा. पूण एज फास्ट म्हाका दिसता ही बिल्डींग एज फास्ट जाता इतले बेगान हे फावंडेशन घालून ही जाता इतले फास्ट हे काम स्टार्ट करून दिवपाचें. आनी हे बी हांव सांगूंक सोदता आमच्या डायनॅमीक सीएमाक हे काम आमचें जाता इतले फास्ट हे करून दिवपाचें जे आयज आमकां बिल्डींग ही आमकां दिल्लेली आसा. तशेंच हांव सांगूंक सोदता जी आयज बिल्डींग येता पळय ती बिल्डींग आमच्या गव्हर्मेंटाची प्लेस आहा हांगासर 6000 स्क्वेअर मिटर. थंयसर आतां आमचे गव्हर्मेंटाचे रेस्ट हावस आसा थंयसर ती येतली. आनी आयज आमचे पेडण्यान वयता थंयसर त्यो आमच्या ऑफिसीस आहा ते एकूच जाग्यार ती ऑफिस जातले. ताका लागून म्हाका दिसता जाता इतली फास्ट चड टायम ना घेता ही जाता इतली फास्ट ही बिल्डिंगेचें काम चालू करपाचें. तशेंच हांव सांगूंक सोदता जे आयज आमच्या पेडण्यान आमकां तलाटीक लागून खूब त्रास जाता. जे आयज आमकां इन्कम सर्टिफिकेट रेजिडंट सर्टिफिकेट ते आनी जेन्ना लोक वयतात तेन्ना तलाटीची गरज आसता तेन्ना तलाटी मेळना. कित्याक तलाटींक ना म्हटल्यार म्हाका दिसता 2-2, 3-3 चार्ज तलाटींक आसतात सगळ्या पंचायतींनी. ताका लागून तांकां रेगुलायज तांकां खंयसर तरी एकूच जाग्यार आमच्या हाडचें आनी तांकां टायमूय दवरचो. म्हाका दिसता समज तलाटी ना जाल्यार जाता इतले बेगान तेंची भरती करची न्यू घेवचे सरकारा कडेन डिमांड करता जाता इतले फास्ट आनी हे आमचे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करून दिवचे. तशेंच हांव सांगूंक सोदता जे आयज गव्हर्मेंटान बरें डिसिजन घेतलेलें आहा जे रेजिडंट हावस स्ट्रक्चर हे आतां गव्हर्मेंट जाता तितले फास्ट हो प्रपोजल म्हाका दिसता आतां येवपाचो आहा कितें जे रेगुलायज करपाचे जी घरां. तशेंच हांव सांगूंक सोदता जी पळय आयज गव्हर्मेंटाची घरान प्रायवेट जी पळय प्रॉपर्टी आहा ती बी घरां तुमी हे करता जाल्यार आमच्या पेडण्या सारक्या गांवान आमच्या हे जी देवस्थानाची जागा देवस्थानाच्या जागान आमच्या घरां बांदलेलीं आसात ते म्हाका दिसता गव्हर्मेंटान ते हें घेवंक ना तेतून. म्हाका दिसता ह्या तेतून तेय बी घेतलेले म्हाका दिसता बरें जातलें कित्याक खुबशे लोकांची देवस्थानाच्या हेतून घरां आसा आनी तेय जायत जाल्यार आमकां खूब बरें पडटलें. कित्याक खुबशे लोक आतां हे जाल्ले आसा कितें ही सगळी रेगुलायज जाता जाल्यार ही आमची कित्याक जायना सरकार कित्याक आमचेरूय हें घेयना. ताका लागून ही मातशें तुमी जाता इतलें फास्ट ह्या तेतून घेवन हे बी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करून दिवचे. थँक्यू सर.
Venzi Vegas.
Speaker sir, I stand by to oppose the demands and support my cut motion. Speaker sir, I will speak very specific की त्या 3 वर्स जे उलयलां तेजेर कांयच चेंजीस जाले नाही. सो नंबर 1 स्पीकर सर, रूम नंबर 150 कलेक्टर बिल्डिंग साउथ गोवा, म्युटेशन क्लर्क अवेलेबल फ्रॉम मंडे टू थर्सडे 10 AM to 1 PM बरयला स्पीकर सर. हांव नको हो टायमींग ऑफिशियल हो कितो. वी नीड एश्युरन्स दॅट दिस नीड्स टू चेंज. हे क्लर्कांक पयलीं फाटल्या दिसांनी ट्रान्सफर केलो. म्युटेशन म्हणटाय तें गोंयकारांक टायमारू मेळना स्पीकर सर. आनी वयल्यान हो बोर्ड बरयला रूम नंबर 150 ताबडतोब हे चेंज जावपा जाय. आतां जर फोन मारलो जाल्यार आनी हो नोटीस चेंज केलो जाल्यार आम सायसा आमकां एश्युरन्स दिता आसतना ही नोटीस काडपा जाय. आय थिंक देर इज नो सच टायमिंग्स फॉर म्युटेशन क्लर्क ओवर देर स्पीकर सर. कोण गायलो तो म्हाका खबर ना. मुको फोटो आहा हांव मिनिस्टराक धाडटलो आतां. स्पीकर सर, आम म्हणटाय टुरिजमाक टाउट्स आहाय पूण आतां हिंगा साउथ गोवा डिस्ट्रिक्ट जे मातानी सालदाना बिल्डिंग आहा थिंग इतली टाउट्स जाले स्पीकर सर. प्रत्येक कामाक एक एक रेट आहा स्पीकर सर. हांवें थोड्यो रेट सांगलो आहाय त्यो खरे सारक्यो. आर देर टाउट्स ओवर देर, आर देर एजंट्स वेटिंग टू डू पिपल्स वर्क हे फायंड आउट करपा स्पीकर सर. स्पीकर सर, तात्काळ सर्वीस आहा सानात जाय जाल्यार आनी त्यो तात्काळ सर्वीस सानात दिवपाक इज ओन्ली गिवन फॉर ऑल 17(2) and 39A केसीस ऑफ द TCP. बट जो आम आदमी आहा जो कॉमन गोंयकार आहा तेका फकत पावट मारपाच्यो. पावट मान मान जो ती जोरोय पूण ही सर्वीस आमकां मेळना स्पीकर सर. सो येसो तात्काळ सर्विसीस स्पीकर सर आमकां जायो. आमगेले सानात जे आहा ते टायमार जावपा जाय. आमगेले ज्यो इश्यूज आहाय जे रेजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट्स आहाय, बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट्स आहाय, ह्यो सगळ्यो आमकां टायम बाउंड करून मेळपा जाय स्पीकर सर. म्युटेशन आहा, जे पार्टिशन डिस्पोजल्स आहाय केसीस, हांकां स्पीकर सर रेट आहा, एक स्पेसिफीक रेट आहा, ती रेट चलता आनी ती रेट दिली जाल्यार बेगीन मेळटा, तात्काळ मेळटा, नाजाल्यार मेळना स्पीकर सर. हेजेर म्हाका सदां लक्ष दवरपा जाय. आनी हें कित्याक जाता? बिकॉज there is no assurance of time bound service. So these basic things time bound service an korun ministeran मातशें करून घेवपा जाय. हे तुका जाता आनी म्हाका सांगता तुवें हे फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउसा हे बजेटा भितर time bound service for these few things you have to ensure, because in the last 3 years we have been all speaking, but आम नको तूं कित्याक हेजेर लक्ष घायना ते तुका जाता हे तूं कापासतात आहा, you can do it. So ह्यो 4 गोश्टीचे तुवें time bound services हाडल्यो आमकां जाल्यार I think you will get the best credit all over Goa that is available. Speaker sir, Christian carpenter Mesta to be included in the OBC list. ये गेलते वर्साक उलयल्लो 2023 उलयल्लो. मातशें नोट डावन करून दवराय मरे कोणी. Why are we not discussing? Call for a meeting. I will come for this meeting. Goa State Commission for Backward Class. यांचे बरें एक meeting घेयाय. कितकोन हे कित इश्यू आहा, कितें आहा तें डिस्कस करूया. भासाभास करूया आनी एक क्रिस्टियन मेस्ता कार्पेंटर जे आहे तांकां आमी इन्क्लूड करपाक दर्जा दिवपाक आमी फायनल करूया. हाऊ इट इज पॉसिबल, व्हाय इट शुड बी पॉसिबल. लेट अस कॉल दिस कम्युनिटी ए कार्पेंटर कम्युनिटी आनी हे करूया. आमगे बाणाले सगळे मेस्ताय दे आर गोइंग टू गेट दीस फॅसिलिटीज. गोंयकार ते आमगेले सगळे स्पीकर सर. सो लेट अस वर्क ऑन दिस, पुट इट ऑन द रिकॉर्ड दॅट वी वॉन्ट टू डू दिस, एंड आय वूड रिक्वेस्ट ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर टू कम अप विथ अ प्लॅन. कॅडेस्ट्रल प्लॅन्स आहाय आमगेले कुमदादीचे, ही मॅपां सामकी रिस्टोरेशना कितें पूण करूं जाय. I want to know today, हांव तुका सांगना तूं कित कोतो तो. I want to know what have you done from 2022 to 2025 to restore cadastral plans. सगळे कुमदादी सांगना तुका. आपण उमके कुमदादीचे उमके cadastral plans आपण रिस्टोर केले from 22 to 25. कितले केले ते दाखोय. How you have done the preservation method. हे आमकां एक white paper दी. So we are satisfied. Okay, 2 केले, 3 केले, उमके केले, and then we know what you are going to do further. Speaker sir, तुगेले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी त्रास जाता जाल्यार म्हाका खबर ना, पूण गोंयभर लोकांक एम्ब्युलन्सी लागून त्रास जाता. लँड लॉक एरियाज आहाय तांकां त्रास जाता. बट फर्स्ट स्पेसिफीक एम्ब्युलन्स वचपाक मॅन्डेटरी वाट करपाक, बिकॉज दे आर लँड लॉक. सो हे तुवें कार्यार घालपा जाय. हे आमचे कितले पाट घायला इंटर डिपार्टमेंटा मद उलोवन. हाऊ डू यू मेक अ मेकॅनिझम. वेन आय एम सेईंग एक्सेस फॉर एम्ब्युलन्स, हांव सांगना तुका डांबोर घालन दी म्हणून. आय एम जस्ट सेईंग दॅट पीपल शूड लीव 3 meters access for an ambulance. डांबोर काय नाका, no NOCs, no written nothing, but an access should be given. दुरीक बांधताय स्पीकर 1.5 meter वाट सोदताय, and then bedsheet हांगान you have to take people outside. मोरान उबान व्हरो पडटा स्पीकर. This is actual problem. So we have to stand by our people and frame the laws so that this kind of things are being put in place. Speaker sir, restoration of illegal filling of land. I want to know specifically how many cases from the last 3 years did the department actually get it restored. कितली केसेस तुम्ही रिस्टोर केल्या. मुझे कोणे शेता इल्लीगल फिलिंग केले, तुमगे फ्लाइंग स्क्वॉड गेली, सगळे गेले, हिंगसोन थिंग तुम पेपर वर्क हिंगासोन थिंगा मेल धाडले, लेटर धाडल्यो, पूण फायनली ते इल्लीगल शेत बोलो ते तितू तुले मात काढली आणि परत ते बॅक टू ओरिजिनल एग्रीकल्चर टाइप. तुम कितली केसेस केले स्पेसिफिकली तुवें आमकां सांगचे 3 वर्सांनी हाऊ मच यू हॅव अचीव्ड. Number 1, if you have not achieved 1 also, 0, then find out why you are not able to achieve. It is an interdepartmental issue. So why you are not able to issue? I last time we सांगलोले pinpointed. I followed one case and I went to the conclusion and I came to know finally you are telling the person who has illegally filled the land, you are telling him to restore. तो कित्याक कोतलो? तो कोणा मुटरी मागी तू PWD सांगता. PWD को मागी पयशे नाही. त्याक टेंडर काडच पडटा. And PWD त्या बारके 50,000 1 लाखा कामा लागून टेंडर काडपाक पावना, and that matter is lost. Take it under your control, restoration, which means your fund, your revenue budget, and from there you restore, and then you can collect the money from him. Reimburse करपाक कितकोन करपाक तेत करपाक येते. तेगे बिलांतल्यान काड तूं, उदका बिलांतल्यान, लायटी बिलांतल्यान कितें कर, but restoration of that land has to happen. Illegally जो कोण पुरयत तेका. Because sir, demolition squad आहा तुगेले. Have you done an audit? I request you to have an audit of your demolition squad. Find out, sit with them, make a checklist. of what is missing. Tuge department has जाय post missing आहे. You are a very friendly by nature. आता काल सोन तू आमक सगळे हात दाखवता. इतली बर भाशेन. So तुगे demolition squad आगे बसोय. आमकाय आपय. We will give our suggestions. Let us improvise that squad. Maybe this year we are not successful. Let's put some budget. Let us bring them, get them the equipment what they need. Solve the issues, because if they are made stronger, we will able to do better things where illegal things are coming out. Speaker sir. Disaster management, Speaker sir, fund. तू त्या 5 लाख रुपये अख्खे सावता पाव नाही हांव नको तू दिसत जाला पावत जाल्या एक झाड कातरपाक 15-20 हजार घेताय तू कितू झाड कातरतलो एक MLA fund for disaster. That is the best way to approach. You keep an MLA fund, how much you feel you can start with, propose to the chief minister this time and keep a MLA constituency wise disaster management fund. You want to keep 2 lakhs, you keep 2 lakhs. You want to keep 3 lakhs, you keep 3 lakhs. 40 constituency, but do it that way, because 5 lakhs for the whole of South Goa is not possible.
5 lakhs is in addition. Every panchayat basically has been given 25,000 rupees.
25,000.
No, that we have given to each panchayat, but this is in addition what we have got this thing.
Yeah.
And even if more funds are required, funds are available.
No, this is a wrong statement, please.
No, it is correct.
No, हांव कितें सांगता एक झाड कातरपाक 20,000 पडटाय 25,000 एक देखून झाड जावपाना सारकें. I have discussed this topic last time. The entire house discussed. आमी calling attention काडले. And after that discussion, ताबडतोब next day I gave you a letter. I have got around 47 trees which are going to cause disaster. Out of those 47, maybe 4 or 5 have already fallen in the last monsoon. Those 45 trees went to the collector, from collector to forest, forest to everyone, survey zaun, answer 0, shunya. All those trees are still there, they will fall anytime and they are going to create a disaster. Porat follow up kariya. आज हांव हिंगा उलोयच पयलो हांवें मेल धाडपा लायला तुकाय मेल धाडपा लायला कलेक्टराकूय मेल धाडपा लायला with that last year's letter तुवें sign मारल ती नोटाचेर. So why I am trying to do this exercise is, if we solve this, त्याचो हिसाब झाड कोण कातरतलो, who is going to cut the tree, बाकार मुठा कातूर नाका केन्ना मुठा तू कातूर, तो कातरपाक तेका पयशे नाही, ते काटाय पंचायतीक धाडटाय, पंचायत मुठा आपल्याक पयशे नाही, तू मुठा पंचायती 25,000 दिले, 25,000 कितें येता. So I took last time suggest केल्ले, put up a budget, put up a small tender each constituency wise. म्हाका 7 पंचायत आहाय, 7 पंचायती हांवें तुका सांगिला मुको ऑलमोस्ट 50 झाडां ती 50 झाडां बजेट काड एक टेंडर फ्लोट कर 2 लाख 3 लाखाचो आणि गेट इट रिझॉल्व्ड. एक पार्ट ही झाड कातोली तू नेक्स्ट 5-10 years आणि झाड इतली वयर जावपा नाही. So please let us take interest on these things. We shouldn't be taking so much of time to beg you for getting these things done. Please let's solve these things out. So tree cutting is a issue which we need to solve, because sir daily worker rate हांव एक पॉइंट घेत गेलो, पॉइंट नंबर डिमांड नंबर 52 daily worker rate. Fix a daily worker rate. कोण 700 घेता, कोण 600 घेता, कोण 900 घेता. हिंग शिकलो भुरगे होमगार्ड बी तांक 150 रुपये पर डे आहा, 7,500 रुपये होमगार्डा मेळटा म्हयन्याक काम घाल जालो. हिंग हॉर्गेन वचपा आता शेता काम करपा. आय एम नॉट सेइंग इट्स अ गुड जॉब. ओय ओय सारक्या रेट सारक्या मुगेले हांव सांगते. सो कोण 700 चार्ज करता, कोण 900. टू फायनलाइज कर एक रेट प्रत्येक गावात प्रत्येक सरपंचाक पंचायती तो रेट दियाय आणि एक फॉर्मॅट घेवन आमी भोंवया. स्पीकर सर, स्पीकर सर हांव नको तुका रिजर्वेशन करूं जाता, हांव फकत हिंचाता म्हाका हांव कर म्हणा तुका. आर यू एबल टू डू जॉब रिजर्वेशन फॉर लोकल्स? आर यू एबल टू डू येस ऑर नो म्हूण सांग, आनी मागीर तेजेर मागीर कितें भासाभास ती करूया. यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू जॉब रिजर्वेशन फॉर लोकल्स, येस ऑर नो, हो आन्सर दी. स्पीकर सर, स्पीकर सर नेक्स्ट इज स्पीकर सर अबाउट 52 परत एक उलयता. What are you doing towards gender equality, Speaker sir? In the last 3 years, gender equality je तुवें कित केला? What did your department do with regards to gender equality? This is regarding to demand number 52. Gender equality je तुवें केला कित केला, because it is part of SDG 5. So it is part of your sustainable development goal number 5. So तुवें कित केला in the last 3 years? I will not ask you what you will do in the next 2 years. What have you done in the last 3 years with regards to SDG number 5, gender equality in your particular department? My final demand is towards waste management. I want you to help me. I want you to help me with regards to this. Dumping of waste alongside the roads at collection zata. Chicken and slaughter waste dump zata. Construction waste dump zata. Rehabilitation and regularization of the scrap yards. हे तुम्ही बसोन चिंतपा जाय. तू जर हे सारखं कोना जाल्यार हे वाडत रावतले. Regular monitoring and hand holding of local bodies regular monitoring and hand holding of local bodies by GSPCB and GWMC to improve the waste management policy. ही उतरां बरोवन दवर हेजे कितकोन डिस्कस करूं जाय. How are you going to monitor regular hand holding? This is my question. As answer so, and then we implement that, and then your things are going to fall in place. Regional office of the GWMC, regional office of the GWMC in the south for better monitoring. It's assurance. Lot of space is there. So if you can give this assurance, then we can start this. It will help us for better monitoring. Presently, highway collection of the waste is going on, which has been undertaken along the old highways. आता आमगे बाणाल्या वेस्टर्न बायपास येलो हा. तो वेस्टर्न बायपास नुवेंच्यासून वयर वयता आनी नायलेच्यान देंवता आनी दोनी आटीन तुका सर्विस रोड आहाय. If you go to see there, there is all kind of waste at the service road entrance. Kindly please include this in your new tenders that are going to come. Please include these areas so that the western bypass कडे थोडे बांदा कडे जे सर्विस रोड्स आहाय थिंगा ज्या वेता सो चोयला इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिपार्टमेंटा गेलो वेस्ट हा. At the service road, electricity department waste. It is not private konagelo waste. You can make out that it is of department waste. A muddam photo kan dollo ha, I will share with you. So please get it cleared, this service road akode. Especially contractor jo ha tu gelo, jo waste collect kota. Daily monitoring system ek gailya boro. Kityak, although they are collecting the waste, we see that the waste is there. Now for example, today morning when I came, this is what I saw. But they have collected the waste. But they have not collected this particular waste. So there is, I think, something written in their contract that they can collect only this type of a waste. So you have to include all these waste which I have said. How that waste is coming, that is somebody's responsibility. But once that waste comes there, it should be the contractor's responsibility. So I think we are very clear in what I am requesting. If there is chicken or any slaughter waste dumped on the roads, you have to pick it up. If there is construction waste, make arrangements to pick it up. If there is any other waste, make arrangements to pick it up. Tell your contractor to get it done, Speaker sir. Speaker sir, our last दोन वस्तू सांगोसो दिता. One is Serula Kumdad. Speaker sir, Serula Kumdad, हिंगा एक appointment जाल्लो हा. I am taking the name. Sayesh Kubal म्हणलो clerk हा. There is some dispute saying that appointment दिला administrator. पण एक RTI दाखवता की salary is not coming from the government. And this person is doing a lot of illegalities, signing things. Take this matter up. Before the house ends on the 8th of August, let us know, put an inquiry into this, suspend him, bring someone else. And magi chaukashi kor, kite hate magi solve kor. Number one. Number two is Peter. Mr. Peter, who is acting as an attorney of Serula Kumdad. Egelo ek issue ha. He is also the secretary or director of panchayats. There is a court case against him. So find out why these issues. There are several complaints that have come up against this. Your name magi huni jala attach jata and mak mutai tuge friend. Amul muge sogle friend. 33 is a friend nu. Puna mesh hai amazon tesh gel nahi. Friend aso nahi. So muge friend, tuge friend, sogle bore but sort out this matter. Two people's names I have given you. Put up an inquiry into this. Find out what is happening. If they have to be suspended, suspend them. Sort out the issues. Don't keep issues prolonging. Yes, Angon, I would like to end up, Speaker sir. Thank you.
Ganesh Gamkar.
Speaker sir, सभागृहाचे मुखार आज जे डिमांड आसा, डिमांड नंबर 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 and 72 ह्या डिमांडाक सपोर्ट करपाक आनी जे क्वेश्चन आसा त्या कट मोशनाक अपोज करपाक हांव बरावला. स्पीकर सर, पयली एक गजाल हांव मुद्दाम करून सांगतलो तुमकां कळपाक लागून हांगा की देव स्ट्रॉंगस्ट जो पळय सोल्जर आसा न्ही ताका हार्डस्ट बॅटल दिता. आमी म्हणपा जाता आज पळय देशाक सेंटराक नरेंद्र मोदीजी आसा. देवान तांकां अशी ताकद दिवपा जाय की ह्या देशाचें बरें कशें जातलें. सिमिलरली आमचे गोंयान डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंत आनी तेजे सगळे मंत्रिमंडळाचे सहकारी आसा न्ही तांकां ती उपमा दिल्या. हांव हे मुद्दाम कित्याक सांगला तें सांगता. की ह्या सरकारान गोंयांत सुदारणा घडोवन हाडपा लागून खुबशे रिफॉर्म्स जे पळय आसा पळय ते हाडल्या, अमेंडमेंट्स केल्या, नवीन कायदे हाडल्या. रेव्हेन्यू डिपार्टमेंटाचो विशय घेतलो हांव आनी मुद्दाम करून सांगतलो तुमकां. आमचे माननीय मंत्री जे आसा हांगा रेव्हेन्यू मिनिस्टर बाब मोन्सेरात, हांव तेंचें अभिनंदन करता. आमचो जो पळय धारबांदोडा तालुको आसा न्ही तो सारको रुरल तालुको. त्या तालुक्याक जेन्ना आमकां सेटलमेंट एंड लँड रिकॉर्ड ऑफिस आयलेलें, एक रिक्वेस्टाचेर तेंचे आमकां ऑफिस थंय करून दिल्लें आसा. स्वताक आपणे येवन थंय तें इनॉग्रेट केल्लें आसा. हे मुद्दाम करून कित्याक सांगता हांव की जे हे सरकार करता ते लोकां पर्यंत पावपा जाय आनी आमी तें सांगपाची अत्यंत गरज आसा. आनी त्याच प्रमाणे तांकां जर तर आमकां जी गजाल पळय जाय ती गजालय आमी मागपाचो अधिकार आसा लोकांक लागून. हांव मुद्दाम करून सांगतलो की ह्या दिसांनी नवीन जो पळय आमचो डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो पळय जावपाची पळय जी गजाली काही पळय पब्लीश जाता न्ही तेजेर हांव मुद्दाम करून थोडेशें भाश्य करतलो. तर आमचो जो पळय धारबांदोडा तालुको आसा तेजे पयलीं सांगतलो की सावर्डे कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी जी पळय आसा पळय न्ही ती सावर्डे कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी 2 तालुक्यांनी विभागली आसा. सांगे तालुक्याक 2 पंचायती येता, काले आनी सावर्डे, आनी 5 पंचायती ज्यो आसा त्यो धारबांदोडा तालुक्याक येता. पुणे शिगांव पंचायत, मोले पंचायत, साकोर्डा पंचायत, किल्लपाल दाबाळ पंचायत आनी धारबांदोडा पंचायत. हे हांव कित्याक लागून मुद्दाम करून सांगता की देशान अशी बाकीचे कडेनूय फेसिलिटी आसा. हांव म्हणन मुद्दाम करून की हो तालुको जेन्ना पळय करता तेन्ना माननीय मंत्र्यांनी, मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी सगळे संबंध मंत्रिमंडळान हेजेर विचार करपा जायो. आनी कितें विचार करपा जायो अशें म्हाजें म्हणणें आसा की वेदर हे जे पळय आमी आतां नवीन जो पळय डिस्ट्रिक्ट करपा वयता तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट आमी शेड्यूल एरिया म्हणून करपा शकतले काय कितें. आनी शेड्यूल एरिया जर करपा जर गेले जायत आमी अंडर आर्टिकल 244 ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्युशन 5th शेड्युलाक जर समज आमी जर करपाची तयारी केली, हांव मुद्दाम सजेस्ट करता मिनिस्टराक, तर आमी त्या तालुक्याचो डिस्ट्रिक्टाचो बरे भशेन विकास करपाक शकतले. आनी ही एरिया जी पळय आसा पळय ती सगळी काल आतां एक 4 तालुक्याचो विचार करताले आमी. तो विशय असो ना की कोणाक पयस पडटा आनी कोणाक लागीं पडटा. आनी ते जर तर भरभराट जाता आनी त्या लोकांचें जर बरें जाता जायत आनी ते करता आसतना मुद्दाम करून सांगता हांव तुमकां स्पिकर सर की एड्युकेशन, हेल्थ केअर आनी इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर ह्यो 3 गजाली इम्प्रूव करपाची अत्यंत गरज आसा. ते जर करपा जाय जाल्यार अशा पद्दतीन जर शेड्यूल एरिया म्हणून डिक्लेअर जर केली जायत आनी त्या भशेन जर तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट केलो जायत जाल्यार सगळ्या लोकांक आमच्या फायदो जातलो. तर म्हजी विनंती आसा माननीय मंत्र्यांक की काही सजेशन जे पळय हांवें केल्लें आसा त्या सजेशनाचेर अवश्य विचार करचो सगळ्यांनी. सरकारान तुमच्या माध्यमांतल्यान हें सांगपाक म्हाका एक ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी मेळ्ळी स्पिकर सर. एक थोडेशे स्टॅटिस्टिक्स सांगतलो हांव तुमकां. सादारण तुमकां सांगता की ह्या धारबांदोडेच्यान जर समज तर आमकां जर कुडचड्यार वचपा जाय न्ही जाल्यार एवरेज आमकां कशी आसा की लास्ट पॉयंटा वयल्यान सादारण 45 किलोमिटर्स पडटा तांबडे सुर्लाच्यान. आनी तीच गजाल जर समज तर आमकां फोंडें येवपा जाय न्ही जाल्यार 30 किलोमिटर पडटा. केपें वचपा जाय न्ही जाल्यार आमकां सादारण 50 किलोमिटर पडटा. आनी मडगांव वयतले जाल्यार 52 किलोमिटर पडटा. ही परिस्थिती आसा. त्या खातीर खंयचो जो विचार करता तेन्ना पयलीं सुद्दां हेजेर असो विचार जाल्लो ना केन्ना. आनी आतां आमकां हांव माननीय मंत्र्याक विनंती करता की हो विशय जेन्ना पळय घेतल्या हातीक तेन्ना तेजो योग्य तरेन म्हणटा तो सगळो विचार करून तो करचो. हे पर्टिक्युलरली मुद्दाम करून सांगलां हांवें की सगळ्या त्या एक 3-4 जे पळय आमचे तालुके आसा त्या तालुक्याचो सायमल्टेनियसली बाकीच्या बरोबर विकास जावचो हें म्हाजें सजेशन आसा. दुसरी गजाल एक हांव मुद्दाम करून सांगतलो माननीय मंत्र्यांक की रेग्युलरायजेशनाचे जे पळय विशय आसा ते खुबशे विशय जे पळय आसा ते हाती घेतलेले आसा आनी टायम टू टायम रेग्युलेशनाचे केसी क्लियर करता. इवन सगळे मामलेदार बाकीचे सगळ्यांक कितें केल्लें आसा की इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स गेल्ले आसा डिपार्टमेंटा कडच्यान माननीय मंत्र्याच्या ऑफिसाच्यान की त्यो टायम टू टायम घेवन क्लियर करपाक आनी तें काम चालू आसा. पूण एक विशय म्हाका खटकतो हांव मुद्दाम करून नमूद करतलो हांगा. तर आतां जर समज कोणाचें रेग्युलेशन येयलें एनक्रोचमेंट लँडाचें जाल्यार कितें जाता की मार्केट प्रायस आनी तेका 2 नाजाल्यार 3 टायम्स पेनल्टी घालून तो जो पळय प्रायस पळय जाता एक्युमुलेट तो फारीक करप तांकां शक्य ना. हेजे पयलीं म्हाका याद जाता की 1970-73 जे एनक्रोचमेंट जाल्ले ते म्हाका दिसता लेस दॅन 10 रुपीज पर स्क्वेअर मिटर कॅल्क्युलेट करून तांकां फारीक करपाक लायताले. तर हो विशय जो पळय आसा तेजेर मातशी विचार करचो आमच्या माननीय मंत्र्यांनी की हे लोकांक जर तर आमी हें केलें की थोडीशी थाकाय दिवपाक जाय जाल्यार त्या प्रायसाचेर थोडीशी विचार करपाची अत्यंत गरज आसा. आनी एक विशय हांव मुद्दाम करून सांगतलो हांगसर ह्या हेजेर की कलेक्टरेट सावथ गोवाच्या अंडरूच येवप्याच्यो काही ज्यो पळय गजाली आसा थंय बरें आमच्या जे पळय तालुके आसा त्या तालुक्यांनी बरें काम जाता आनी तें बरें काम जाता म्हणूनच हांव फक्त एक कितें करतलो धन्यवाद दितलो माननीय मंत्र्यांक. पूण एकूच सांगतलो की डिझास्टर मॅनेजमेंटाच्या अंडर ज्यो काही गजाली करपा जायो त्यो थोड्योश्यो टायमली करपा जायो. म्हाका तुमी संदी दिली स्पिकर सर ह्या माध्यमांतल्यान हे सगळे म्हाजे कितें विचारले ते पावोवपाचे मंत्र्या पर्यंत त्या खातीर तुमकां धन्यवाद. परत एकदां हांव सगळ्या ह्या डिमांडाक सपोर्ट करता. थँक्यू.
गोविंद गावडे, कृष्ण सालकर, मागीर ना बसोंक जाय आसलो.
Speaker sir, I stand to support the demands and oppose the cut motion. Science and technology चेर उलयता आसतना सगळ्यान पयली मंत्र्याक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. गार्बेजीचो प्रॉब्लेम हो सगळ्याच कडेन खूब हे आसा आनी तातूंत भितर आमकां मुर्मुगांव म्युनिसिपल कावन्सिलाक मिनिस्टरान सपोर्ट केलो आनी हांगा बसल्या लेविन्सन सरानूय सपोर्ट केलो आनी आज आमचो एक ट्रक म्हणजे 4 टनाचो ट्रक म्हाका दिसता आज तुमी सालिगांव प्लांटार तुमी घालो त्या खातीर पयलीं देव बरें करूं म्हणटा आनी थोडो तेंप तो तसोच जायत एखाद्रे थोडो वाडत फॉर सम टायम बिकॉज आवर 10 TPT प्लांट इज अंडर प्रोसेस फायनान्स डिपार्टमेंटाक गेला सो आमी जाता तितले बेगीन तो थंयच्यान क्लियर करून हाडपाक पळयता पूण तो म्हणसर मातसो आनी थोडो तेंप आमकां आमची गार्बेज थंय एडजस्ट करून तुमी घेवची आनी त्या खातीर हांव तुमचे मनकाळजांतल्यान देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंटाचेर उलयता आसतना स्पिकर सर तुमची जी ट्रान्सफर स्टेशन्स आसा विच यू हॅव सगळे कडेन तुमी ट्रान्सफर द ट्रान्सफर स्टेशन्स हॅव बिकम वन हब फॉर बिकमिंग गार्बेज हॉटस्पॉट कसो सो आमी ती काडपाक सोदता आमी 2-3 कडेन काडल्यार आनी धाकटे जे मिनीट रिक्षाज आसा त्यो आमी थंय एका वॉर्डान एक रिक्षा घालून ते आमी डायरेक्टली वी आर टेकिंग दॅट गार्बेज अँड डिस्पोजींग इट ऑफ म्हणजे हातून पूण ताच्या खातीर आमचे कडेन म्युनिसिपालिटी कडेन तितलो फंड ना सो इफ वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन गिव अस सम रिक्षाज अराउंड 10 रिक्षाज आमकां मेळात आमी CSR अंडर ट्राय हांव म्हणटा कॉर्पोरेशनानूच न्ही तुमीय बी कोणाक CSRाक सपोज एप्रोच करून आमकां एक इफ नॉट 10 एटलीस्ट सम 5-6 सपोज दिल्यो आमकां टेम्पररी वी कॅन रिड्यूस दॅट बर्डन ऑफ गार्बेज विच इज getting spread सगळे कडेन स्प्रेड जाता तो सो आय डिमांड दॅट हाका मिनिस्टरा कडेन की एटलीस्ट एक 10 small rickshaws if you can give us we will be very helpful. Secondly एक dark spots आसा if you can I'll give you the list of this thing if you can do something about that dark spots बरे जातले. स्पीकर सर वास्को भितर रवींद्र भवनान तुमचे डेप्युटी कलेक्टराचे ऑफिस आनी मामलेदाराचे ऑफिस सिच्युएटेड आसा ती पयलीच सगळी गच इतले हातून आसा ते गव्हर्मेंट एंड इट इज अ मोस्ट विजिटेड बाय द पब्लीक आनी तातूंत भितर इतली गरमी जाता तातूंत भितर तुमचो स्टाफ कसो बसता ते इज अनदर दिस थिंग म्युनिसिपालिटी हॅज टोल्ड दॅट दे आर रेडी टू गिव दिस थिंग बट देर आर सम इंटर डिपार्टमेंट इश्यूज तुमचे कितें हो म्हणटा ताणें आपल्याक पयशे दिवपा आसा तो म्हणटा आपूण पयशे दिवपा आसा सो इफ दीस इंटर डिपार्टमेंट इश्यूज कॅन बी सेटल्ड this can be come back got back to this original this thing आणि पयलीचे जे आशिल्ले it was very in the centrally located place आज सेंट्रली ना हांगा खंय कोण न्यू वाड्यावयले येतलो ताका 2 बसी चेंज करून त्या ऑफिसान वचचें पडटा आनी त्या खातीर मिनिस्टरा कडेन मागता की ऑन प्रायोरिटी ह्या डिपार्टमेंट तुमी अर्बन डेव्हलपमेंट डायरेक्टर ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हाजे कडेन उलोवन इफ यू कॅन सॉर्ट दीस आउट अँड शिफ्ट दीस म्हाका दिसता बरें जातलें तातूंत भितर जे आमचे रवींद्र भवनाचे चेअरमॅन आसा ताजे कडेन आमी रिक्वेस्ट करून करून तांकां दवरत आसा बट ही इज ऑल्सो ताकाय जेन्ना आपले आर्ट एक्झिबिशन नाल्यार बाकीची एक्झिबिशन भायर करची पडटा उकड्यार करची पडटा देन पब्लीक ऑल्सो तातूंत एक नाराज जाता आनी त्या खातीर हांव मिनिस्टरा कडेन मागता की ऑन प्रायोरिटी जाता तितले बेगीन तुमी ते ट्रान्सफर करचे म्हणून स्पीकर सर तुमच्या डिपार्टमेंटातले डिझास्टर मॅनेजमेंट जे आसा म्हाका खरोखरच आय एप्रिशिएट कलेक्टर कित्याक खंयचेय आमी अंडर डिझास्टर मॅनेजमेंट कितेंय सांगलें जाल्यार इमिडिएट ताजेर एक्शन जाता वास्को भितर खुबश्यो बिल्डिंग्स अश्यो आसा विच आर इन अ व्हेरी डिलॅपिलेटेड पोझिशन म्हणजे ते केन्नाय कोलॅप्स जावपाक शकता हांवें कलेक्टर मॅडमीक सांगिल्लें एंड शी हॅज स्टार्टेड टेकिंग एक्शन ऑन दीस आय रिक्वेस्ट दॅट थ्रू डिझास्टर मॅनेज ओनली टू इमिडिएटली make some arrangement to demolish these buildings कितें तरी either sealing them or demolishing them and then recovering the cost from the original owner something like that can be worked out आणि त्या खातीर हांव तुजे कडेन मागता even the junta quarters building in Vasco it has been shifted there are 110 flats in that junta quarters but it is in a very bad shape I request minister की under disaster management ते मोडपाचे तुम्ही हे करचे because it cannot be repaired it is beyond repairs आमी एक जाणटे बायलेक जशी न्हेसयता आनी नवे नवे कपडे घालपाक पळयता but it doesn't work out ताजे ते wear and tear जावन they are worn out एक टँकी is on the verge of collapse when it is going to collapse we don't know and that is why one building has been shifted आणि थंय खाली केल्ली आसा so I request honorable minister to immediately take action against the junta quarters building and this thing speaker sir last time हांवें एक तुमकां एक्स सर्विसमॅनाचो इश्यू हांवें हायलायट केल्लो regarding exemption for their stamp duty this is a very long pending demand आणि एक्स सर्विसमॅन these are our pride म्हणटा तशें हे एक्स सर्विसमॅनान आमच्या देशा खातीर they have given their whole life आणि मागीर जेन्ना रिटायर जाता they want to settle here maybe or when they want to settle here तांकां they are eligible for tax exemptions which are not being given आता आणि तातूंत भितर तुमी आनी एक रूल काडला की 15 years domicile जाय म्हणून which is making them impossible to buy anything here so last time आमी honorable CMाक आनी मिनिस्टराकूय ताचेर रिप्रेझेंटेशन दिल्लें and I think ex servicemenanक तांचेर injustice जावपाक ना because आज आमी suppose safe आसा it is because of these ex servicemen or servicemen who are guarding our borders आज ते सगळे त्रास काडटात म्हणून आमी सेफ आसा म्हणून आमी सुशेगाद न्हिदता आनी तांकां जे मेळपाक जाय सपोज ते मेळना जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता वी आर डुईंग अनजस्टीस टू देम एंड आय एम 100% शुअर दॅट ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर वील नॉट लेट दीस हॅपन तुमी जाता तितले बेगीन तांकां टॅक्स एक्झम्पशन दिवपाक हें करात डोमिसायल पिरियड मातसो कमी करात यू कॅन पुट सम कंडिशन्स that they have to link their Aadhaar card with voter card, they have to be voting here, they have to be staying here. But 15 years domicile is, I think so, too big period for them. And ताज्या खातीर this may be मातसो कमी केलो जाल्यार we will be very happy. Last एकूच point, Speaker sir, employmentचेर उलयता दोतोर चंद्रकांत शेटयेन सांगलें आज आमचे वेर्णा इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेट नाल्यार सगळ्या इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेटींनी there are so many vacancies पूण ते vacancies आमकां केन्नाच मेळना गोंयकारांक थंय very less and he has rightly pointed out की थंय कोण तरी इंडस्ट्रीज कोण तरी त्या जो HR मॅनेजर आसता he is from some other state and he tries to push his people from that state and Goans get deprived so I think so some policy has to come in place to safeguard our interest म्हणजे गोंयकारांक एटलीस्ट 50% तरी ह्या सगळ्या इंडस्ट्रीन ताका मेळपाक जाय which is happening in other states also. Some other states I think so are making it mandatory की खंयची industry आहे ती to have 50%. So I request honorable minister, I demand that एक कसली हाजी employment policy for Goans who will be employed here तुम्ही हाडची and गोंयकारांक justice दिवची. परत एकदा तुमकां देव बरें करूं कित्याक प्रत्येक गोष्ट जेन्ना जेन्ना आमी तुमचे कडेन मागिल्ली आसा तुम्ही आमकां दितात आणि त्या खातीर देव बरें करूं स्वीकार
राजेश फळदेसाय गणेश बोरकर
Speaker sir, I rise to support the cut motion and oppose the demands. Speaker sir, आम्ही पयलू घेवया ते म्हणजे एम्प्लॉयमेंट. Speaker sir, कॉलिंग एटेन्शन जेन्ना आमी घेतलेलें तेन्ना कॉलिंग एटेन्शनान खुबशे अनएम्प्लॉयमेंटाचेर जो विचार आसले हे प्रत्येक हांगातल्या आमदारांनी मांडले आनी तशेंच आमच्या मिनिस्टरान आनी चीफ मिनिस्टरान अशें सांगलें की जो विचार जे मांडलेले आसा की अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आसा म्हणून जावं हो रिपोर्टान येयल्ले आसा म्हणून ते हांगा सांगलें की ना म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, आतां आमी पळोवया हो जो रिपोर्ट आसा हो कोण प्रिपेर करता. हो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्टॅटिस्टिक्स एंड प्रोग्राम इम्प्लिमेंटेशन हे करता. आनी हे कोणाचे, हे वयल्या इंजिनाचे जे डबल इंजिन म्हणटा पळय तेंचे. आनी हो रिपोर्ट जो आसा तो पिरियोडीक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे जो डिसायड करता की कितले एम्प्लॉयमेंट जाय, कितले अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आसा, कितले भुरग्यांक कितले लेबर आसा. सो हे सगळे जे आसा हो रिपोर्टान घातलेले आसा. आनी आतां आमी पळोवया की आमी टोटल एनालायसीस केल्लें आसा की कितले अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आनी हो जो फिगर घेवनूच आमी हे सांगतले. सो मातशें मिनिस्टरान मातशें आयकून घेवचें. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट एज वायज 15 to 29 years male 13.2%, female 31%. 15 to 59 years male 5.5%, female 17.3%. All ages male 5.2%, female 16.7%. इतले जे हे डेटा एज पर डेटा सांगलेले आसा. स्पीकर सर फुडें या. Employment rate education wise in rural and urban areas. Rural male graduate or above 11.9%. Secondary 10.9%. Rural female graduate or above 26.9%. Secondary 23.08%. Rural male graduate or above 7.0%. Secondary and above 4.6%. Urban female 30 graduate or above 30.4% and secondary and above 2.3%. Speaker sir, हो डेटा इतलेच सांगता की कॅटेगरी वायज आमी ब्रेकअप दिल्लो आसा आनी इतलेच सांगता की जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेशो आसा तो गोंयान हाय आसा. आनी ह्या डेटा वायज जो ग्रुप आमी टोटल एज ग्रुप आमी पळयले नाल्यार गोंय जें आसा तें राज्य म्हणून आमी नंबर 1 आसा 8.5% आसा. आनी समज युनियन टेरिटरी ऍड केली नाल्यार लक्षद्वीप जो आसा तो 11.9% आसा, अंडमान 11.8% आसा. सो हे सगळे पळोवंक गेले जाल्यार आमी तिसऱ्या नंबराचेर आसा. स्पीकर सर, जे मिनिस्टरान त्या दिसा सांगले की हो जो डेटा आसा हो फेक आसा म्हणून हांव तांकां विचारपाक सोदता की हे वयले इंजिन जे आसा हे डबल इंजिन म्हणटा ते डबल इंजिन चलता सारकें. तुमी तुमच्या डबल इंजिनाक एक्सपोज करता कारण हो जो डेटा आसा हो ह्या डबल इंजिनानूच दिल्लो आसा. हो आमचो डेटा न्हू. सो मातशें मिनिस्टरान ह्या डेटाचेर लक्ष घालचें. स्पीकर सर, आतां पळोवया गोवा लेबर डिपार्टमेंट जो आसा तेजो डेटा. As on 30/06/2025, total employees registered on employment exchange 1,74,562. तितूंतले प्रिझ्युमिंग स्टडीज जे आतां सद्याक शिकता 21,381. ऑलरेडी एम्प्लॉयड आसा 57,537. Other employed in private sectors not uploaded. अजून पर्यंत हे अपलोड केल्ले ना. आतां हेजोय म्हाका दिसता उत्तर जे आसा ते मिनिस्टरान दिवपाची गरज आसा. एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज म्हणटा एम्प्लॉयमेंट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट कॅनॉट बी असर्टन. स्पीकर सर, आतां आमी पळोवया हेजो मिनींग असो जालो की 95,644 अनएम्प्लॉयड आसा. हो क्लियर कट हितून दाखयता. सो हो जो डेटा सर स्टेटीन 2,908 प्रायव्हेट ऑर्गनायझेशन आसा. तितूंतले 1,39,615 प्रायव्हेट एम्प्लॉईज आसा. आतां दाजी बाबान म्हटलें की गोंयकारांक जे आसा ते काम मेळना, आमी वयता थंय तें आमकां मेळना म्हणून. आनी जे तेंचे HR आसा, मॅनेजमेंट आसा ते भायले आसल्या कारणान आमच्या गोंयकारांक घेयना. आनी स्पीकर जर तेकाच लागून आमी मागलेली की एम्प्लॉयमेंट पॉलिसी आसपाक जाय. आनी तेकाच लागून एक टास्क फोर्स जो आसा तो डिप्लॉय केलो आनी तो टास्क फोर्स ऑपरेशनाक हाडलो. आतां तो टास्क फोर्सान केलें कितें, जावं ऑपरेशन जालां काय चलता कितें आसा हेजो जो उत्तर आसा हो मिनिस्टरान दिवपाची गरज आसा. आनी हेका लागून जी लेबर पॉलिसी जावं एम्प्लॉयमेंट पॉलिसी आसा ही कितें आसा. आनी हेज्या पयलूय आमी हो डिमांड घातलेलो की 80% जो प्रायव्हेट सेक्टर जॉब्स आसा हो पर्सन ऑफ गोवन ओरिजिनाक दिवचो. आमी थोडे दीस पयलू शुक्रार दीस पयलें की मुखेलमंत्र्यान जे डेफिनेशन आसा जे पर्सन ऑफ गोवन ओरिजिन हे आपणानूच वाचून सांगलें. आनी त्या डेफिनेशन अनुसार की जो नीज गोंयकार आसा तेका हे जॉब मेळपाचे हो डिमांड आमी प्रत्येक वेळा घालता. आनी प्रायव्हेट सेक्टरान आयज कितलेशे सभाघरान आसा आमदार आसा ते म्हणटा की गोंयकारांक मेळोंक जाय, आमच्या भुरग्यांक मेळना. सो हांव तेंचे कडेन त्या दिसा ते सगळे ओगी आहले हांव तेंचे कडेन मागता की तुमी हो डिमांड घालचो कारण कितें आसा हें फुडें अशेंच चल्लें नाल्यार आमकां गोंयकारांक कामाक मेळपाची ना ही सगळीं भायल्यान वयतली सो हांव मागता आमचे जॉब्स आमकां जाय स्पिकर सर आमी पळयता की हो जो डिमांड खूब गरजेचो आसा हो मिनिस्टरान मातसो आयकून घेवचो आनी हेजेर कितें आसा तें क्लियरिफिकेशन दिवचें स्पिकर सर आतां आमी फुडें या फुडलो जो डिपार्टमेंट आसा तो लेबर आतां लेबर म्हटल्यार पयलू आमकां दिसता लेबरचे रस्त्यार आसता ते आतां तुमी पळयता की आमच्या सांगेंद्रे मतदारसंघात गोवा वेल्या हांगा कितलेशे लेबर भरलेले आसता मार्केटान आनी झुंडी पडटा 100-200-300 लेबर सकाळी फुडें आसता तशेंच तुमी म्हापसा पळयतले तुमी पळयता म्हापसा मार्केटान हजारांनी लेबर रस्त्यारूच आसता आनी डिस्टर्बन्स करता फूल तशेंच आमी पर्वरी पळयता हांगा पर्वरी हो जो मार्केट आसा थंय पळयता थंय सेम आसा सो प्रत्येक कडेन स्पिकर सर अशे लेबर आसा आनी ते लेबर स्पिकर सर जे आसा ते आयज तांकां कितें जाला तांकां गोंय जें आसा तें डुबय जाला कित्याक ते आमी समज कोणूय गेलो एक लेबर हाडपाक नाल्यार तांकां कितें करता स्पिकर सर ते रेटी ज्यो आसा ते तोंडान येता त्यो रेटी सांगता आयज अशी जाल्या तेंची रेट जी आसा ती मिनिमम 900 रुपयाच्यान सुरवात जाता ती 900 रुपयाचेर 1000-1500 त्याच्या वयर वचून केन्ना केन्ना पावता सो आतां स्पिकर जर अशें जाल्लें आसा ह्या जो लेबर आसा तांकां रजिस्ट्रेशन सारकें ना तांचो जो कंट्रोल आसा तो सारको ना आनी सीएमाचे एज पर जो सीएमाचो स्टेटमेंट रिसंट सीएमान स्टेटमेंट केल्लो की 98% जे क्रायम एक्टिविटीज जाता ते हे लेबरांक थ्रू जाता जावं मायग्रंट लेबर जे येता तांकां लागून जाता आतां ह्या बद्दल आयज मिनिस्टरान एक क्लियरिफिकेशन दिवपाची गरज आसा आनी सांगपाची गरज आसा की ह्या लेबर समज जाय तितलो चार्जीस करीत रावलो नाल्यार ताका फिक्स रेट ही फिक्स करपाक जाय ही लेबर डिपार्टमेंटान फिक्स करपाची गरज आसा आनी व्हेरिफिकेशन जे सीएमान सांगलें की व्हेरिफिकेशन आपूण सेल घालतलो आमी डिमांड केल्लो व्हेरिफिकेशन सेलाचो तो केन्ना पर्यंत इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जातलें हें मातशें आयज क्लियरिफिकेशन दिवपाक जाय स्पिकर सर तशेंच आमी पळयता आतां गोवा इंटरस्टेट मायग्रंट वर्क्समॅन रेग्युलेशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड कंडिशन ऑफ सर्विसीस रुल्स 1982 आसा तितूंतले थोडे प्रोविजन्स आसा ते सारके कंप्लाय जायना हांव मुद्दम सांगता की त्या दिसा वचून हांवें सीएमाक सांगलेलें की हे जे हें आसा तेजें इम्प्लिमेंटेशन जावना हांव रेग्युलेशन सांगता रेग्युलेशन 21, 22, 23, 24 अशें म्हणटा की मायग्रंट लेबर जे आसा तेंचे कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरा वांगडा रजिस्ट्रेशन जावपाक जाय मागीर कितें आसा की तेंचो रिटर्न जो आसा रिटर्न फेर म्हटल्यार जेन्ना ते तांकां धाडटा तो फेर जो कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर आसा कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरान दिवपाक जाय मागीर रिटर्न रिपोर्ट म्हटल्यार ते पावले काय ना हेजो रिपोर्टूय जो आसा तो दिवपाक जाय पासबूक आसा पासबुकाची जे कॉपी आसा ती तांकां दिवपाक जाय सो अशें सगळे जे हे पॉयंट्स आसा ह्या एक्टान आसा सो हांव मागता मिनिस्टरा कडेन की हो जो एक्ट आसा हो इम्प्लिमेंट करचो हितून कितलीशी रेग्युलेशन्स आसा आनी जी आयज अजून पर्यंत जाल्ली ना आनी त्या दिसा सीएमाकूय मागलेले बट तेणेन सांगलें की आपूण पळयता करता म्हणून आनी प्रत्येक जे असेंब्ली विधानसभेन आमकां हेच आश्वासन मेळटा आमी करता म्हणून बट अजून पर्यंत ते जाल्लें ना केन्ना पर्यंत जातलें हें आमकां मिनिस्टरान जाप दिवपाक जाय स्पिकर सर आमी हालींच पळयलें की खुबशे रिक्रुटमेंट चालू आसा आनी रिक्रुटमेंट चालू आसतना कितल्यो व्हडल्यो ज्यो कंपनी आसा त्यो भायर आपणाचे एडवर्टिजमेंट करता आतां भायर केल्ल्या कारणान आमच्या गोंयकारांक काय खबर आसना जॉब जे आसा आयज कितलेशे जाण गोंयकार बेकार आसा एज पर द रिपोर्ट आनी जेन्ना आमी पळयलें एक जो इंडिको रेमेडीज लिमिटेड ही कंपनीन असो जो जॉब आसा तो भायर घातलो जे भायल्या स्टेटीन आउट केलो सो आमी तेन्ना गेले आमी प्रोटेस्ट केलो आमच्या पक्षान प्रोटेस्ट केलो आनी ते जे कंपनी आसा त्या कंपनीच्या मॅनेजमेंटाक वचून मेळले आनी तांकां आमी डायरेक्ट वॉर्निंग दिली की बाबा हें जावपाक जायना पण हेच्या पयलूय हो इश्यू जाल्लो तेन्ना एक मदीं तांकां वॉर्निंग पावल्ली पण आतां परत सेम चालू आसा तशीच आनी एक कंपनी आसा एनक्यूब एथिकल प्रायवेट लिमिटेड आतां हांकां पासून स्पिकर सर एक्झिस्टिंग सेक्शन 7 ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज कंपल्सरी नोटिफिकेशन वेकन्सी एक्ट 1959 हेच्या पयलू हेंच्यांनी अशेंच केल्लें सो हेच्या अंडर तांकां फायन जी आसा ती खूब कमी आसा ही फायन वाडोवची हे अमेंडमेंट करचे आनी 5 लाख सुमार करचे आनी समज जायना परत ते रिपीट करता जाल्यार ते 10 लाख करचे कित्याक तांकां स्ट्रिक्टनेस येवपाक जाय कित्याक एवरी टायम समज आमचे गोंयकार शिकता तांकां कामूच मेळना तांकांय भायर वयचें पडटा नाल्यार कशें जातलें सो हांव मागता मिनिस्टरा कडेन की हें जें आसा हें मुद्दम तुमी करून घेवचें स्पिकर सर आमी डिपार्टमेंट पळयता आनी प्रत्येक वेळा आमी डिमांड घातलो की गोंयकार आनी भायले नॉन गोवन कितले आसा ह्या इंडस्ट्रीन कितले आसा हेजो डेटा आमकां दिवचो म्हणून पण अजून पर्यंत हो डेटा जो आसा तो अजून पर्यंत आमकां मेळ्ळो ना हांव मुद्दम मिनिस्टरा कडेन मागता की हेजो डेटा तुमी केन्ना आउट करतले कित्याक हेच्या पयलू 6 म्हयन्यांनी तो डेटा आउट जातलो म्हूण सांगलेलें पण अजून पर्यंत हो डेटा आउट जाल्लो ना आनी हेका लागून आमकां एक नवीन पॉलिसी जाय जो सरकारा कडेन प्रत्येक वेळा आमी डिमांड करता मात ती अजून पर्यंत जाल्ली ना. स्पीकर सर, आता आमी या दुसरे डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन, तो म्हणजे रेव्हेन्यू. आता हांव पयलू म्हणजे आमचो जो डायनेमीक मिनिस्टर आसा ताका खरेंच काळजांतल्यान देव बरें करूं म्हणून सोदता. कारण कितें आसा कित्याक तेणेन जो लाला की बस्ती म्हणून जी बस्ती आसली ती जेन्ना आमी तांकां सांगलें आनी तांकां डिमांड केलो की हेजेर एक्शन जावपाक जाय, तेंच्यांनी ताबडतोब हेजेर एक्शन घेतली आनी ती डेमोलिशन हाडली. सो पयलू तांकां देव बरें करूं कित्याक अशें जी इनलिगलिटी आसा तेजेर एक्शन घेतली म्हणून. तशेंच आनी एक जे एमेंडमेंट जे आमी डिमांड केल्ले, हांवें डिमांड केल्ले एसेंब्लीन, कित्याक आयज आमचे शेतकार जे खाजन शेती आसा थंय खुबसो तांकां त्रास जातालो की रेजिस्टर करपाक टेंडन्सी एक्टा अंडर. सो थंयूय तांच्यांनी फॉर्म 3 जे अपडेशन आसा ते टायमली जावपाक जाय. कित्याक कितें जातालें मॅनेजमेंट जे आसा ते करपाक दिनासले टेंडन्सी जे एसोसिएशन आसा ती. सो तेंचे कडेनूच उरताले आनी ते एड जायनासले. वोटींग रायट जो आसा तो एड जायनासलो. तो आमच्या मिनिस्टरान तो एमेंडमेंट हाडून ते एक्ट एमेंडमेंट हाडून ते एड केल्ले आसा. सो तांकां परत एकदां देव बरें करूं म्हणून सोदता. कित्याक असली जो कायदे आसा जे शेतकारांक बरे पडटले ते जावपाक जाय. स्पीकर सर, आता आमी येवया रेव्हेन्यू डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन. आनी रेव्हेन्यू डिपार्टमेंटान जी कामां जावपाक जाय म्हटल्यार लँड हो खूब इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. आनी इनलिगल जे कन्स्ट्रक्शन जे गव्हर्मेंट हितून जाला जो गव्हर्मेंट हितून जाता तेजेर कायदो आनी एक्शन जावपाक जाय. हांगा खुबशे अशे कायदे पयलींच्यान आसा जे हे गव्हर्मेंट लँड आसा ते प्रोटेक्ट करपाक. हांव तुमकां वाचून दाखयता. सेक्शन 4, 5 and 6 of the Goa Land Prohibition of Construction Act 1995. Section 4, restriction on construction of certain lands. Government lender समज construction जालें नाल्यार तेजेर एक्शन घेवंक मेळटा. Section 5, penalties 3 months imprisonment आसा. Section 6, power to remove unauthorized construction. Speaker sir, मागीर सुप्रीम कोर्टाचे जजमेंट आसा ऑफ 2010 जितून गव्हर्मेंट लँड जो आसा तो विकपाक मेळना. स्पीकर सर, तशेंच चीफ सेक्रेटरी संजीव श्रीवास्तव हेजी एफिडेविट आसा डेटेड 23/07/2011 आनी ते एफिडेविट क्लियर आसा की आमी ह्या जे अशें कोणान एन्क्रोचमेंट केल्ले आसा तेंचेर आमी एक्शन घेतले एज पर लॉ. आनी जो लँड आसा तो रिस्टोर करतले टू द गव्हर्मेंट. स्पीकर सर, हें जालें हो एक प्रश्न आसा. कित्याक कारण अशें हांव तुमकां एक आतां उदाहरण दितलो. स्पीकर सर, कायदो सुप्रीम कोर्टाचो आसा, चीफ सेक्रेटरीन एफिडेविट दिल्ली आसा, पण गव्हर्मेंटाचे लँडान हें कितें चल्लां तें तुमकां आतां सांगता. कन्स्ट्रक्शन जाल्लें आसा हे चिंबेल गांवांत. आतां चिंबेल गांवांत गव्हर्मेंट जो जागो आसा थंय स्लम जाल्या. आतां थंय स्लम जाली ती जाली, कोणाक जागे हाडयले ते हाडयले, हाडून आयज ते जागे ट्रान्सफर जाता. हांव मुद्दम थोडी नांवां सांगता. अहमद मुल्ला हेणेन जो जागो आसा तो विकला, जो ट्रान्सफर केला मेहबूब देवगिरी हो 4 लाखान ट्रान्सफर केला. जतवान मेंगिनी एका हेणेन ट्रान्सफर केला दस्तरगी एका 5 लाखान. नूर अहमदान खलील वालकर एका ट्रान्सफर केला 2,25,000. दस्तगीर हेणेन ट्रान्सफर केला लता खरागुप्पी एका 6 लाखान. मोहम्मद दगरी हेणेन ट्रान्सफर केला रफीक फरांदी 3 लाखान. रोमावा मेहबूनी हेणेन हेजो जो परचेस केला तो 6 लाखान. हमीदा शिगांव हेणेन ट्रान्सफर केला शहाबिरा एका 11 लाखान. म्हटल्यार ती रेट आसा ती वाडली. आनी याहूब हेणेन ट्रान्सफर केला अफसाना धाकानी हेणेन 7,20,000. स्पीकर सर, हे कितलो व्हडलो स्कॅम. जो जागो जो आसा हो जागो पयलू म्हणजे गव्हर्मेंट सरकाराचो जागो कोणान एन्क्रोच केल्लो आसा ते आपूण जावन आपूण ओनर म्हणटा. आनी मागीर कितें करता स्पीकर सर, ते एग्रीमेंट मारता आनी ते एग्रीमेंट मारून नोटरी करता आनी ते सबमीट करता. हांवें हें तुमकां टेबल करता ही ज्यो तेंच्यांनी नोटरी एग्रीमेंट मारलेले आसा आनी हे तो जागो गव्हर्मेंटान एन्क्रोच करून ताणें विकलो. सो हो जागो जो आसा हे क्लियर कट डॉक्युमेंटेशन आसा. हेंचेर एक्शन जातली काय ना मातशें मिनिस्टरान आपणाचो क्लॅरिफिकेशन दिवपाची गरज आसा. स्पीकर सर, हें अशें दिसून येता की हो जो स्कॅम आसा हो येदो व्हडलो स्कॅम जाल्लो तो ग्रेट लँड स्कॅम ऑफ चिंबेल असो आमी डिनोट करता. कित्याक हें चालूच आसा आनी म्हाका तरी दिसता की आमचो डायनामीक मिनिस्टर जो आसा तो हेजेर एक्शन जरूर घेतलो. स्पीकर सर, आतां आमी पळोवया ज्यो केसीस पेंडींग उरलेल्यो आसा ज्यो मुणकारेल रायट जावं टेंडन्सीच्यो. हांव पयलू म्हणजे देव बरें करून म्हणून सोदता मिनिस्टराक तेंचें लक्ष लावन कित्याक हांवें पासून थोड्यो ज्यो केसीस आसल्यो त्यो तेंचे कडेन पावयल्ल्यो ते लक्ष लावन जाता तितल्यो क्लियर करता पूण बाकीच्यो ज्यो आसा त्यो हांव रीड करून दाखयता मुणकारेल केसीस मोर दॅन 5 years तिसवाडी आनी बार्देस तिसवाडी 40 आसा बार्देस आसा 64 मुणकारेल केसीस मोर दॅन 10 years तिसवाडी आसा 55 बार्देस आसा 30 tenancy cases more than 5 years तिसवाडी आसा 33 बार्देस आसा 110 tenancy cases more than 10 years तिसवाडी आसा 60 आणि बार्देस आसा 70 हांव मागता मिनिस्टरा कडेन जाता तितले बेगीन म्हटल्यार फुडल्या 3 म्हयन्या भितर तरी जाता इतल्यो केसी आसा त्यो क्लियर करच्यो आनी तुमच्या नांवान ते लावन घेवचे की तुमी ह्यो ज्यो सगळ्यो मुणकारेल आनी जो टेंडन्सी केसीस आसा क्लियर केल्ल्यो आसा म्हणून स्पीकर सर आमी पळयता की आमच्या सानांद्रे मतदारसंघान एक स्लम एरिया म्हटल्यार इल्लोसो जो इनलिगल सेंटीज ह्यो जाल्ल्यो आसा आनी 23 सेंटीज ज्यो आसा तांकां सर्वे नंबर 45/1 कुरका विलेज पंचायत ह्या विलेज पंचायती अंडर हें जालां आनी हांवें हेजी रिटर्न कंप्लेन जी आसा ती 079/2022 ह्या तारखेक दिल्ली जो नॉर्थ गोवा डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर आसा ताका पण अजून पर्यंत आता 2 वर्सां जाली अजून पर्यंत 3 वर्सां जाली अजून पर्यंत हेजेर एक्शन जावना आनी म्हाका रिप्लाय येयले त्या प्रमाणे नो डेमोलिशन ऑर्डर इज बीन इश्यूड ऑल टू दीस प्रिमायसीस आता कितें जाला स्पीकर सर हो जो आसा एवरी टायम हो इश्यू काडीत आसा हो मिलिटरी कॅम्पाच्या सायडीकूच आसा हांव ताका कित्याक लागून डेमोलिशन जायना एज पर द गोवा लँड रेव्हेन्यू कोड 1968 अगेन्स्ट हे डेमोलिशन जावपाची गरज आसा आनी हेका सेक्शन 33 लागता सो हे करूं ना स्पीकर सर म्हाका मिनिस्टरा कडेन एश्युरन्स जाय की ताबडतोब हेजेर एक्शन जातलें आनी डेमोलिशन जातलें हायकोर्टाची ऑर्डर आसा सो अजून पर्यंत जाल्लें ना रोड सायड आसा स्पीकर सर तशेंच आमी पळयता की इनलिगल एन्क्रोचमेंट इन कोमुलदाद लँड हे चालूच आसा उदव दोतोरान जो कार्लोस तेणेनूय सांगलें की अशें एन्क्रोचमेंट जाता म्हणून आनी हे आमच्या मतदारसंघान हालींच चालू केला परत एक 1.5 वर्स पयलू असोच इश्यू जाल्लो आनी हांव विधानसभेनूय काडलो आमच्या मंडूर गांवांत मंडूर कोमुलदाद ऑफ मंडूर लागता त्या मंडुराचो जो सर्वे नंबर 58/1 हांगा एक टेनंट प्रॉपर्टी आसा म्हटल्यार जो कोमुलदादीचो आसा तो टेनंट आसा आत्माराम नायक म्हणून हांगा इनलिगल ट्री कटींग जाली 1.5 वर्स पयलू हांवें कंप्लेन केली हांव गेलो थंय स्वता हांवें हाडयलें एन्क्रोचमेंट ट्राय केलें प्लस उजो पेटयलो आनी ते क्लिनींग करपाक लागले आनी म्हणपाक लागले की ही आपणाची प्रॉपर्टी म्हणून जेन्ना हांव गेलो तेन्ना ते पावले सगळे कोण येयल्ले ते आपूण म्हणले आमी ओनर म्हणले जेन्ना सर्वे आमी चॅक केलो सर्वेर आपयलो मामलेदाराक जावं तलाटी येयले सगळ्यांनी चॅक करून पळयत जाल्यार ही कोमुलदाद लँड लागताली टेनेंटेड प्रॉपर्टी आतां स्पीकर जर परत एकदा आतां ह्या वर्सा हालींच एक 8 दीस पयलू सेम जालें तेंच्यांनी थंय काडले आनी जेसीबी घातली आनी कंपाऊंड वॉल मारपाचो प्रयास केलो स्पीकर जर अशें समज जालें नाल्यार कोमुलदादची ज्यो प्रॉपर्टी आसा त्यो एन्क्रोच जायत रावतल्यो आनी थंय तेणें कंप्लेन केली सो हेजेर म्हाका दिसता मिनिस्टरान नियंत्रण हाडपाची गरज आसा आनी ते कोण करता तेंचेर स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन जावपाक जाय आमचो तलाटी येवन थंय इन्स्पेक्शन करून गेल्लो आसा रिपोर्ट दिल्लो आसा पंचायतीन रिपोर्ट दिल्लो आसा ती कोमुलदाद प्रॉपर्टी आसा आनी थंय अशें घडलां म्हणून सो मिनिस्टरान हेजेरूय क्लॅरिफिकेशन मातशें दिवचें स्पीकर सर तशेंच आमी पळयता की गोंयभरांत व्हडली कन्स्ट्रक्शन जी आसा ती दोंगरार जाता आनी दोंगरार जाल्ले कारणान ती आमचे नो डेव्हलपमेंट स्लोप आसा नॅचरल कवर आसा ऑर्चर्ड लँड आसा ह्या हेजेर कॉन्क्रिटायझेशन जायत आसा आनी हेका लागून आयज आमी पळयता जेन्ना आमी विलेज पंचायतीन वयता आमी कंप्लेन घालता मात पळोवंक गेल्ले जाल्यार थंय सनाद जी आसा जो कलेक्टरान इश्यू केल्ली आसा आतां ज्यो सनाद कश्यो इश्यू करता कित्याक थोडे अश्यो आसा ते इकोलॉजिकल सेन्सिटीव एरिया आसा त्यो थॉमस कमिटी जो फॉरेस्ट डिमार्क केल्ले ते कमिटी अंडर आसा पण हे कन्वर्जन ऑलरेडी जाल्लें आसा सो जो तलाटी आसा तलाटी रिपोर्ट पावयता कलेक्टर तांकां इश्यू करता हें कशें जाता हांव थोड्यो तुमकां रीड करून सांगता द लँड कन्वर्जन सनाद फॉर सर्वे नंबर 20/1A of Kurka village was issued on 05/10/2011. The land conversion sanad for survey number 20/1B of Kurka village was issued on 2015. The land conversion sanad for survey number 53/1, 54, 55 of survey Shiridam village was issued on 20/05/2024. स्पीकर सर हे इको सेन्सिटीव एरिया ज्यो आसा ह्यो आमकां सेव करपाची गरज आसा आनी अशें समज हे आमचे तलाटी जावं डेप्युटी कलेक्टर अशे इश्यू सनाद इश्यू करीत रावले जाल्यार इको सेन्सिटीव एरियात उरची ना आनी हेकाच लागून हांव मागता
Sanads are basically issued because there is one is the Mamladar then it is the ISLR, then Forest Department and TCP. These 4 reports you require before a sanad is issued. Once you get a no objection from them, then the sanad is issued. So these 4 departments, so all these 4 departments are involved in it.
स्पीकर सर हे मुद्दम हांवें कित्याक केला आनी सर्वे नंबर सांगला कित्याक ह्या केसीन ते जाल्ले आसा हांव मागता मिनिस्टरा कडेन की हे अशें जाला ते तेजेर इन्क्वायरी घेवची तुमी पळोवचें की एक्झॅक्ट कितें जाला ते
ते रिपोर्ट सगळे येयले आसतले न्हू रिपोर्ट येवन दिगून ते सनद दिलेले आसतले because all these four departments has got to submit a report.
I agree with that. But कितें आसा स्टार्ट जी आसा ती सनाद दिता पळय त्याच्या नंतर मागीर टीसीबीन वयता फायल हे ऑर्चर्ड I am talking about specifically orchard.
You need to get all the reports before obtaining a sanad.
That's what I am saying.
You know, but
I have mentioned.
So they must have obtained all the reports because without the report, without the reports. No, I beg to differ. Without the reports, no sanad has been issued.
No, I'll give you the documentation.
Yeah, you can give the documentation, but you check on that also.
I'll give the documentation.
Yeah, please.
Speaker sir, थोडे दोन एक 5 मिनिट
एक मिनिट दिता तुका एक मिनिटांचो पळय
स्पीकर सर आता पळोवया आमी लँडलॉक प्रॉपर्टीज जो आसा ताका लागून एक कमिटी फॉर्म केल्ली आनी ती कमिटी आयज खूब जाण हांगा उलयता लँडलॉक आमकां वचपाक वाट ना तशीच आमची हितून 2 आसा ती कमिटीचो अजून पर्यंत काय 2 वर्सां जाली अजून पर्यंत काय रिपोर्ट आउट जाल्लो ना सो कितें जालें तें म्हाकाय खबर ना हांव मुद्दम तुमकां सांगता की आमचो एक बामोलीम विलेज आसा ती ट्रायबल विलेज हें आसा ट्रायबल लोक रावता मोर दॅन 70 सुमार थंय लोक आसा आमचे सो तांकां अजून पर्यंत ट्रेडिशनल पाथवे म्हणजे पुर्तुगीज एराच्यान तांकां ती हें पाथवे आसा पण अजून पर्यंत तो रोड जाल्लो ना सो तेजेर मातशें लक्ष दिवपाक तसोच एक कुर्का आमचो हिंदू क्रिमेटोरियम आसा ती एसटी एरिया आसा थंय सेम जाला की तांकां जो प्रायवेट प्रॉपर्टी आसा ती पाथवे आसा पूण तो रोड ना सो हेका लागून जी कमिटी आसा तेजो कमिटीचो अजून पर्यंत रिपोर्ट येयल्लो सो हेजेर म्हाका दिसता मिनिस्टरान क्लॅरिफिकेशन दिवपाक जाय स्पीकर सर तशेंच आतां रेव्हेन्यू आतां एक व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट हें मातशें मिनिस्टरान आयकून घेवचें आमी पळयता की रेव्हेन्यू डिपार्टमेंटान जो जी रेजिडेंस सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू करता कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू करता डायवर्जन सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू करता मामलेदार इन्कम दिता हेका पयलू चार्ज लागनासले आतां 1 म्हयनो सुमार जालो आतां चार्जीस स्टार्ट केल्ले आसा हे बारीक आमचे जे लोक आसा तांकां खूब त्रास जाता सो हे चार्जीस जे आसा ती कॉस्ट आसा ती बंद करचे हे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट पयलू आसले तशेंच फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट दिवचे स्पीकर सर आमचे आनीक एक इश्यू आसा तो म्हणजे व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट आनी भुरग्यांचे आतां कितें जाता आमचे एरियेन थोडे जाण अशे आसा जेंची बापायचें जें नांव आसा तें एक डिफरंट आसा हांव मुद्दम तुका एग्जांपल दिता बापायचें नांव आनी पयलूचें नांव आनी आतांचें नांव डिफरंट आसा सो तांकां बाकीचे सर्टिफिकेट्स जावं कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट ह्यो मेळपाक व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट जाता सो हांव मुद्दम सांगता तुमकां जे फादराचें नांव फॉर एग्जांपल जो बर्थ डेटीचेर आसा इस्तियाव खालको आतांचे जे चेड्याचें नांव आसा तें यशवंत मंगेशकर सो स्पीकर सर हितून कशें आसा आतां पयलू कितें आसा पयलूचे जे लोक आसले सर्टन एरिया तुमकांय खबर आसतलें ऑस्ट्रेला जावं काकरा जावं आमचे पांयां नावशी ही जी एरिया आसा हांगा स्पीकर हे 2 पॉयंट म्हाजे व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट आसा
बेगीन सोंपय
हे हांव सोंपयता हे स्पीकर सर हे कितें आसा तांकां जे बर्थ डेट आसा पयलूचो तांकां खंयचो तरी लिंक डॉक्युमेंट मागता ते आतां कितें जालां हेंचे कडेन लिंक डॉक्युमेंट ना खूब जाणांचो असोच इश्यू जाला की तांकां फादर बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट जाय स्कूल लिव्हिंग जाय पॅन कार्ड मागता जावं मॅरेज सर्टिफिकेट मागता गव्हर्मेंट पेन्शन हे थोडे डॉक्युमेंट्स मागता सो हांव मागता की मिनिस्टरान एक कितें तरी हाडचें जितून 2 जाण विटनस दवरून 2 जाण विटनस जावं तलाटीचो रिपोर्ट घेवन तांकां ते सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू करूंक शकतले तशेंच स्पीकर जर आनी एक इश्यू जाता तो म्हणजे कास्ट सर्टिफिकेटीन आतां कास्ट सर्टिफिकेटीन कितें जाता की आमचो समज एसटी एरिया आसा एसटी एरियान अशें आसा की डॉक्युमेंटेशन ते 1968चे सर्टिफिकेट मागता जावं तेंचे डॉक्युमेंट्स कितें आसा ते मागता आनी ते ना जाल्यार थंय असोच इश्यू जाता सो हांव परत एकदां तेच रिक्वेस्ट करता मिनिस्टराक की मिनिस्टर समजून घेवंक शकता आनी हें क्लियर करूंक शकता कित्याक खूब जाणांक त्या दिसा सुभाष बाब म्हणटालो म्हाका की तुमचे हितून कित्याक अटल आसरा जावंक ना हें कारण आसा कित्याक जे लिंक डॉक्युमेंट आसा ते सारके जायना आनी पयलूची जी नांवां आसा ती आतां तेंच्यान चेंज केल्ली आसा सो हांव मागता की हेका लागूनूय सेम हाडपाचें आनी स्पीकर सर आनी एकूच मिनीट
ना जालो टायम जालो विजय सरदेसाय
स्पीकर सर एकूच या स्पीकर सर
बसून घ्या जालो वेळ जालो
एकूच अमेंडमेंट जाय
विजय सरदेसाय प्लीज स्टार्ट
I rise to support the cut motions that I have moved and oppose the demands. Speaker sir, आज आमी ज्या रेव्हेन्यू डिमांड्साचेर उलयतात म्हणल्यार कम्युनिटात येता आनीक म्हजे पयलीं उलोवप्यांनी खूब जाणांनी सांगलां चड करून आदवोगाद काल्लूस की जमनी कश्यो खावप हे एक सिस्टमॅटीक रॅकेट ह्या दिसांनी चालू आहा आनी कोणाच्यो जमनी खावप कोमुंदरीच्यो जमनी खावप आतां ते डिमांड फुडें वतकर बेल मारपाक लागता ताचे पयलींच हांव हें स्टार्ट करता तुका एक 3-4 केस सारक्यो कास्ताद केसी दिता कास्ताद केसी म्हळ्यार कश्यो की अश्यो तुका शॉक येवपाच्यो पात्रांव आयक ह्यो आतां आमी IITक जमीन सोदतात स्पिकर सर IITक जमीन कितली जाय आसली 10 लाख स्क्वेअर मिटर 10 लाख स्क्वेअर मिटर पयलीं सांग्यार व्हरता म्हणलें सांग्यार कितें ओपोज जालें आनी कितें जालें मागीर आनी खंय व्हरता मागीर तुजी कुट्टी व्हरता खूब कडेन आयकलां हांवें कोंतान अजून मेरेन IITक जमीन मेळूंक ना गोंयच्या सरकाराक IIT हाडपाक 10 लाख स्क्वेअर मिटर जमीन मेळना पुणून एक उत्तर प्रदेशांत राजकारणी येवन गोंयांत केप्यां गांवांत जमीन कशी हडप करूंक शकता वो सवाय भितर कशी घेवंक शकता ती हांव तुका दाखयतां आनी हें सगळें कशें जाता स्पिकर सर हें कोमुंदारी कडेन फिक्स करून जाता स्पिकर सर 2001 एक कृष्णा उत्तम फळदेसाय आणि others obtained a consent decree RCS number 1 of 1997/B without making Komundar of Kepe a party. Decree illegally divided approximately 10 lakh square meters of Komundar land across survey numbers 88/1, 89/0, 84.0, 85/0, 90/0, 94/0 and 109/0 Diao village amongst themselves. Speaker sir, 2003 illegal mutation जाता आणि mutation file 2277 conflict of interest direct दिश्टी पडटा फळदेसाय सुरेंद्र कुशाळी फळदेसाय म्हणून कोमुंदारीचो अटॉर्नी तो फॉर्म एक्स साइन मारता डिलीटिंग द कोमुंदाज नेम स्पीकर सर ताजे मागीर ओनरशिप एंट्रीज वर मेड इन फेवर ऑफ द फॅमिली मागीर बिटवीन 7 to 13th of December 2006 multiple family members executed coordinated sale deeds transferring about 10 lakh square meters of land to Messrs RP Logistics Private Limited Amritsar Babush relying entirely on a fraudulent decree. In 2007, RP Logistics entered into an agreement to sell and power of attorney with Aldea Branca Real Estates Margaon for 1.44 crore, handing them control over the entire land parcel. By 2008, portions were transferred to Millifields Developers Private Limited, Bangalore, and other developers, including Kamani entities. 2023, the same lands were sold to V&A Ventures Private Limited, extending the fraudulent chain of title. Speaker sir, non-Goan developers also colluded with the Komundar to grab even more land. They filed boundary dispute appeals, ensured the Komundar did not contest, resulting in ex-party judgments that misappropriate additional 2.5 lakh square meter. 10 lakh gele and 2.5 lakh. Beneficiaries, Speaker sir, Millifield Developers Private Limited acquired majority of 10 lakhs. V&A Ventures, V&A is owned by Mahesh Kumar, who is the brother of ex-UP Chief Minister Mayawati. Speaker sir, this becomes now a national level political interest. Kepian, Maya Nagari zata, Kepian. Poi tu kashi zata ti. Entire chain rests on a fraudulent 2001 decree, illegal form 10 and manipulated mutation file number 277. Speaker sir, sale deedacho हे कितलो जाण amount sale deedacho amount 60 कोटी रुपया 60 कोटी कमी न्ही आणि ताजेर ऑलरेडी हाजेर रिजनल प्लॅनाचेर अम्युजमेंट पार्क म्हणून घाला पळय तूं कितलें प्लॅनिंग आहा तें अम्युजमेंट पार्क येता हांवें सुभाष फळदेसाय बद्दल विचारलें अरे तूं जाणा तूं खंय आहा जमीन काय म्हणटा तो सायडींतलो मंत्री कोणा खबर ना हे अम्युजमेंट पार्क येता आनी कितें येता म्हणून स्पीकर सर कोमुंदाज अप्रुवल वॉज ऑब्टेन्ड एज रिक्वायर्ड अंडर कोड ऑफ कोमुंदाज आतां 17/1 80,000 स्क्वेअर मिटर कन्वर्ट जाता हाची जमीन हीच जमीन 5 कंप्लेंटी घाल्या स्पीकर सर येट these directors have not been summoned in court police deputy collector सगळ्याकडे घाल्या सगळ्याकडे तांकां बॅकिंग आहा कोण करता इतलें बॅकिंग स्पीकर सर this is an organized loot of 10 lakh square meters of Goa's ancestral Komundad land If this is left unchecked, it will become like the other Zuari scam. Because sir, हे जालें एक हांव आतां डिमांड करता की एक सारके तूं पयलीं फायली हाड ह्यो सगळ्यो. You yourself take interest. I'm not asking for a SIT or CBI or all these things I can ask, but I'm presuming that you are not involved in any of this. Therefore, तूं investigate करता म्हणून म्हाका clear assurance दी. कित्याक तुका आतां सगळें डायनॅमीक म्हणपाक लागले. ते सगळें दिता हांव, सगळें दिता. एक केस वन जाली, आतां असल्यो 4 आहात. दुसरी केस बेंडुरे म्हणून केपें एक कन्सेंट डिक्री जाली 2016. स्पीकर सर, Chandras, Anant, Faldesai and 14 family members obtained a consent decree. Same. Contest करप कोमुंदात काय म्हणना लास्टाक जमीन तुजी जाता. No afframent or auction. Transfer bypassed all mandatory procedures. There was no afframent, no public auction, no approval from administrator of Komundat, and a sale deed for 10,000 square meters of this land was done in favor of a 20-year-old son of a former minister. Speaker sir, I don't want to raise names. Price was much below market value. Strong suspicion of a Benami transaction. Speaker sir, Urille 1,44,000 square meters land is remaining land that is at risk. Speaker sir, आता एक दिपेश कृष्णा फळदेसाय म्हणतो लॉफुल कॉम्पोनंट कोमुंदाचो सगळ्या कडेन गेलो. तो ट्राय करता म्युटेशन ब्लॉक करपाक आनी कितें करपाक, पूण हे 1,54,000 स्क्वेअर मिटराक ताका कोणूच आदार करना. स्पीकर सर, सो हातून एक कितें दिसता की कोमुंदतीच्यो जमनी कश्यो हडप करप आनी ताका कसो प्लॅन आसता तो सारको प्लॅन हांगा चलता. सो म्हजो डिमांड आहा स्पीकर सर की ही 2016ची कन्सेंट कॅन्सल करची, बेंदुरेचे कोमुंदात ओनराच्या हातान दिवचे, एक प्रोब जावचो, तूं पयलीं तूंच प्रोब करचो आनी क्रिमिनल प्रोसिक्युशन जावचें. स्पीकर सर, आतां अशेंच तिसरें म्हणटा तें काणकोण. थंय एक गांव आहा किल्ले, मणगण आनी देळे म्हणून. हांव थंय एक पब्लीक आउटरीच गेलो तेन्ना थंय म्हाका सांगलें की तुमचो एक बरो पावरफूल पॉलिटिशियन ताणें हांगा जमीन अशीच 2,84,500 स्क्वेअर मिटर सारकें सी व्यू कोमुंदात ऑफ नागरशें पाळोळें ही जमीन अशीच हडप केल्या. सेम हे मोडस ऑपरंडी सेम आहा. 5 लाख स्क्वेअर मिटर जमीन आशिल्ली, हातून ही जाल्या. आतां ताजेर कंपाऊंड वॉल, पुलीस प्रोटेक्शनान कंपाऊंड वॉल घालपाचो चालू आहा. थंय लोक गांवांत आहा, स्पिकराची कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी जाल्यार तुमी चॅक करचें. थंय लोक काजी रोयतात, लोक म्हजे म्हऱ्यान आयिल्ले स्पीकर सर. पुणून हे एक बालकृष्ण शिवराम नायक गांवकार म्हणटा तो क्लेम्स ओनरशीप, सर्वे नंबर्स 287/1, 287/2, 287/3, 287/3, 273/1, अप्रॉक्सिमेटली 5 लाख स्क्वेअर मिटर. स्पीकर सर, हांगा अशें जाल्लें की 272/3 आनी 273/1 म्हणटा तें गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडियान एक्वायर केल्लें फॉर अ नवोदय विद्यालय आनी कॉम्पेन्सेशन कोमुंदातीक दिल्लें. ओनर तर तो आशिल्लो, कोमुंदातीक कित्याक दिलें? सो हांगाच कळटा की ती जमीन फिक्स करून खाल्या म्हणून. पूण हें चालू आहा स्पीकर सर. This is a pristine eco-sensitive plateau. It has several natural springs, supports a native tree cover, is critical ecological buffer and water source. Speaker sir, 25 पोलीस लोक राहून 100 लेबरर घालून आता कंपाऊंड वॉलाचे कन्स्ट्रक्शन चालू आहा. स्पीकर सर, हांव मागता मंत्र्या कडच्यान की he has to investigate this and revoke all the fraudulent claims and restore the land to the Komundat of Nagarsheh Palwale. स्पीकर सर, आता आनी एक सांगता. स्पीकर सर, बाबूजाई, एक कंप्लेंट आयली सर्वे नंबर 624/1 ऑफ लाटंबारसे बिशोली. स्पीकर सर, हांगा आयडीसीन एक्वायर केली जमीन. आयडीसीन एक्वायर केली, फॉर्म 114 सांगता आयडीसी ओनर म्हणून. पूण आयडीसीक पयशे आयलेच ना. टेनंट म्हणून कोण रावला आनी टेनंटाक 50% पयशे गेले. ओनर आहा आयडीसी, आज मेरेन दाखयता आयडीसी म्हणून. पयशे टेनंट घेवन गेलो. कोमुंदात तशी आहा आनी कोमुंदात ओग्गी आहा. टेनंट पयशे घेवन गेलो. स्पीकर सर, हे मिसरिप्रेझेंटेशन करून 50%चे पयशे खावन गेले. हातून सगळे कोण इन्वॉल्ड आहा ते तुम्ही काढूंक जाय. ब्लॅकलिस्ट कर ह्या ऑफिसरांक, रिकवरी कर मिसयूज फंडाची आनी रायटफूल कॉम्पेन्सेशन कोमुंदातीक दिवचें. कोमुंदात म्हणटा ती फायनली तुवें प्रोटेक्ट करूंक जाय. स्पीकर सर, आनी एक इशू आहा एक जर्नलिस्ट किशोर नाईक गांवकार आमी सगळे पळयतात गांवकारी म्हणून सांगता ताणें म्हाका हें सांगिल्लें मोपा एअरपोर्ट लिंक रोड स्पीकर सर एक रुपेश निळकंठ तुळसकर म्हणून रेजिडेंट ऑफ विरार महाराष्ट्र ताणें सांगलां की एक फ्रॉड्युलंट कॉम्पेन्सेशन क्लेम जाली रिलेटेड टू सर्वे नंबर 232/0 इन कासरवाणे पेडणे एक ललिता लक्ष्मण तुळसकर म्हणून falsely claimed compensation took the money kept the legitimate owners out आणि स्पीकर सर ते अशेंच केलें फसयलें आज परिस्थिती अशी जाल्या की फ्रॉड करून एक मनीस को ओनर मेन ओनरांक सोडून दुसरोच पयशे घेवन गेलो आनी कंप्लेन दिल्यार ती फुडें कांय वचना स्पीकर सर खूब कडेन हांवें हो जो आउटरीच केल्लो तेन्ना म्हाका पोरयेचे केरीचे दिवचलचे सत्तरीचे खूब जाण आयले की आमचे आल्वारा लँडाचे रेग्युलरायझेशन जायना म्हणून तांणी स्पीकर सर लाखांनी रुपया मोडल्या लिगल फीज म्हणून पूण तांची घरां आल्वाराचेर रेग्युलरायझेशन जायना स्पीकर सर सनद कन्वर्जन सांग्यार तुजी सारकी स्लो जाता म्हणजे चॅक कर कितें जाता तें स्पीकर सर आनी एक म्हाका एक एक्टिविस्ट आना ग्रेशियस म्हणून ताणें सांगिल्लें आहा की चिंबेर 18,000 स्क्वेअर मिटराचे जमनीचेर 18K लागला हो बिहारी स्पीकर सर एक बिहारी मनीस टेनंट म्हणून लागलो खंय पावला पळय तूं गोंय आतां 18K सेक्शन लागता कोणाक केल्लें कोणा खातीर पात्रांव सांग आतां हे हातून लागले बिहारी मनीस म्हणजे बिहार दिवस म्हणून तुमी जे बीजेपी मनयता पळय तो तुमी चिंबेल करूंक मेळटा तुमकां फुडल्या खेपे करपा जाल्यार चिंबला वचून करा स्पीकर सर लिगसी वेस्ट रेमिडिएशन म्हणटा तें शंकर पोळगी आनी म्हाका जयेश शेटगांवकारान मुरमुगांव सांगलां की दीस इज नॉट बींग डन आनी दीस इज अ मेजर इशू बाब संकल्पाक जी तुमी कामां कित्याक करना ती म्हाका कळना आमचो आमोणेचो खेमलो सावंत म्हणून आहा तो म्हणटा डेप्युटी कलेक्टर ऑफिस दिवचले सारकें मेला म्हणून ते जितेना मेला म्हणून सारकें स्पीकर सर ते कोणूच एम्प्लॉई टेबलाचेर नासता तूं कोणाकूय धाड आनी चॅक कर स्पीकर सर ISLR ऑफिस पेडण्या स्टार्ट जाता 11 वरांचेर स्पीकर सर एक बायल आहा ती सुशेगाद येता 11 ती सारकी म्हळ्यार मंत्री बिंत्री आपल्या बॉल्सान आहा अशी दाखयता हे मातशें पळय स्पीकर सर आतां हांव येता डिमांड नंबर 7 सेटलमेंट एंड लँड रिकॉर्ड्स स्पीकर सर हें बी तुजें जर बजेट पळोवपाक गेलो जाल्यार हें चिप्साचें पॅकेटूच हें पोटेटो चिप्स ही न्ही ती कितें ती आमची माठोळी बिठोळी तसली कांय न्ही कशी ती सांगता स्पीकर सर इट इज बिग ऑन पॅकेजिंग लायट ऑन कंटेंट 2023-24 43.35 crores एलोकेट केले रिवाइज करून 86 crore केले युटिलायझेशन जाले फक्त 26.7 crores 24 ड्रॉप केले 40.77 crores and 25-26 it has been further cut to 40.23 crores स्पीकर सर इतले सगळे असून मुख्यमंत्र्यान नक्षा लँड सर्वे प्रोजेक्ट फॉर पणजे मडगांव आनी कुंकळे अनाउन्स केला खंयच्यान आहा पयशे खंय आहा तुजे कडेन or are you going to stretch the same staff and cripple the citizen services to execute this because sir salaries allocation remains flat at 33.35 crores IT procurement budget has been slashed from 1.75 crores to 80 lakhs record room modernization is the same story 23-24 4 crores was revised yet only 11 lakhs spent this year only 1.94 crores is allocated what type of a modernization is this or is this just a facade speaker sir आता थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्टाचेर येवया बाब रवी नायक जेन्ना बीजेपीन गेलो तेन्ना ताणें म्हणलें थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट करपा खातीर आपूण गेला म्हणून म्हाका याद आहा सारकी आनी तांच्यान तें कशेंच डिनाय करूंक जायना कोणें डिमांड केल्लो थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट एक रवी नायकान सोडून हांवें जाल्यार आयकूं ना खंयच्याच हावजांतल्या मनशान थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट मागला रवी नायकान सोडून हो ताजो शेजारी आहा ताणें सोडून आनी कोणेच मागूंक नासलो आतां दिलो कोणाक रे खंय पावलो तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट आनी स्पीकर सर हो डिस्ट्रिक्ट करपाक कोणें डिसिजन घेतलें एक फिजिबिलिटी कमिटी म्हूण केली फिजिबिलिटी कमिटीन कोण आहा चीफ सेक्रेटरी प्रिन्सिपल सेक्रेटरी फायनान्स रेसिडेंट कमिशनर सेक्रेटरी रेव्हेन्यू कलेक्टर नॉर्थ कलेक्टर साउथ चारित दत्त पाणीग्राही आनी डायरेक्टर ऑफ प्लॅनिंग अँड स्टॅटिस्टिक्स तूं गोंयकार खंय आहा रे आनी ट्रायबला खातीर केला खंय आहा ट्रायबल मूळ गोंयकाराचेर उलयता मरे तुमी आनी खंय गेलो रे तुमचो प्रदेशाध्यक्ष तो सांगतालो की IASांक कितें कळटा काय म्हणून तो प्रदेशाध्यक्ष म्हाका दिसता ऑपोजिशनाचो करा तुमी तुमच्या पार्टीचो स्वप्न तो कित्याक तुम्ही सगळे IASांच्या हातान दिला तुमचो एकलो गोंयकार ना बरें हें डिसायड करपाक आनी ताजे फुडें स्पिकर सर काणकोणा लोकांनी ओपोज केल्ले आहा काल ते म्हणटा आमकां नाका थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट आनी वी डोंट वॉन्ट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट आमकां मडगांवच बरें म्हणून आमी कुडचड्यारूय येवचे ना केप्यां येवचे ना म्हणून आमचे मडगांव सारकें हें आहा म्हणून स्टेबल आहा म्हणून ही परिस्थिती आहा सो डेव्हलपमेंट बाय कन्सेंट लोकांक विचारूंक जाय स्पिकर सर तुम्ही विचारनासतना करतात तुमकां जाय ते तुमच्या बापायचे बेस्ट जाल्ले आहा जाय तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कर जाय ते कितें कर कितें जातलें हो डिस्ट्रिक्ट जावन स्पिकर सर म्हाका एक बरें कळपाक जाय जातलें कितें आनी एकलो कलेक्टर येतलो आनी जॉब तुमकां दिवंक मेळटलें आनी विकूंक मेळटलें ताजे सोडून कितें जावपाचें आहा कशें एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाडटलें स्पिकर सर सादें पळय तूं रेव्हेन्यू बजेट तुजें साऊथ गोवा डिस्ट्रिक्टाचें 56.24 करोडाच्यान देंवयलां 55.5 क्रोर्स केलां नॉर्थ गोवान ते 60.69 क्रोर आहा नॉर्थ गोवा कलेक्टरेट बिल्डिंग म्हणटी डिफर केल्या कॅपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर रिड्यूस केला फ्रॉम 45 lakhs to 30 lakhs हे सगळें आसतना तूं थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट करतलो कितें आनी हाडटले खंयच्यान पयशे काय उगी अनाउन्समेंट टायमपास स्पिकर सर हे सगळें जर पळयलें जाल्यार आमकां भंय दिसता आनी मागीर प्रश्न येता मेन इश्यूचेर तुमी म्हटल्यार स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रायर टू 1972 विल बी रेग्युलरायज स्पिकर सर एक दीस केन्ना तरी हो वन मॅप गोवा पोर्टल म्हण आहा ताचेर ही येवपाक जाय ती केन्ना येतली ते तुवें सांगचें म्युटेशन पार्टिशन करेक्शन प्रोसेस टू बी स्ट्रीमलायन अंडर 15 days हे गेल्या वर्सा पसून म्हणिल्लें आमी हें केन्ना जातलें वॉट इज द स्टेटस ऑफ लास्ट इयर्स कमिटी ऑन लँडलॉक प्रॉपर्टीज जे आतां विरेशान उलयलां when will the joint survey of agricultural land with agriculture department begin when will water bodies geotagged by water resource department be added to survey plans when will the department start preparing its own contour plans instead of relying on manipulated private ones speaker sir हे सगळें जर पळयलें जाल्यार 12 बिरेस्तार तुमचे जाल्ले आहा आनीक जेन्ना तुमी हे डिमांड्स म्हणून घालतात आनीक हे बजेट नंबर पळयले जाल्यार एक पॅटर्न क्लियर जाता we have a budget that is loud on the outside but hollow inside just like that packet of chips speaker sir गोंयचे जमीन आणि गोंयचे लोक deserve more than air they deserve action they deserve accountability and they deserve justice speaker sir आता हांव येता तुझे labor and employment demand number 52 and 60 speaker sir labor budget has been cut from 110 crores to 98 crores employment budget has been cut from 9.25 crore to 9.1 crore. There is cuts in training, enforcement, job development. So it reflects government's lack of priority towards fighting unemployment. Speaker sir, आमचे unemployment 8.7% आहा, which is nearly double the national average. Among women, it is alarming, 16.8% compared to 5.6%. Over 1.2 lakh youth are registered for jobs, but private sector recruitment of Goans is not enforced, while outsider labor dominates. Speaker sir, as Goan unemployment has become so rampant that it has become a people's joke. It is now the new flex, a policy failure and a crisis of governance. Speaker sir, companies are routinely flouting minimum wage laws. Chief Minister himself admitted publicly that some workers earn less than 560 rupees a day. Speaker sir, labor cases are dragged on for years. Government extended work day from 9 to 10 hours without debate, damaging health, productivity and work-life balance. Speaker sir, funds for welfare are lying idle. 600 crores have been collected from labor welfare, remains unspent. Building and construction labor welfare funds sitting idle, while workers are denied housing, health care and insurance. Contract labor म्हणटा आनी डेली वेज वर्करांची जॉब सिक्युरिटी म्हणटी गेली त्या नाहीत हांव पयरूच सांगतालो टिचरांचे कोण आयिल्ले म्हजे म्हऱ्यान टिचर हांवें सांगिल्लें एकूच बाबूश मंसरात जाणें कंप्युटर टिचरांक परमनंट केल्ले आनी तांकां एक पळयलें म्हणून विदावट एनी सेल्फीश इंट्रस्ट पूण ताजे मागीर कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट वर्कर आनी डेली वेज म्हण तांकां न्याय ना दे आर वर्स दॅन बॉन्डेड लेबर स्पिकर सर तातूंत स्ट्रायक बॅन्स आहात कंपनीज आर हायरींग आउटसायड गोवा they must be mandated to publish recruitment data on the employment website for transparency labor mandis speaker sir what are the issue aha कितें हे रोकडा लेबर तोंडान येता तो रेट सांगता म्हणटात सो आज स्पिकर सर अशें आहा की आमकां नोटिफाईड लेबर मंडीज म्हणटा त्यो आसपाक जाय इन एवरी तालुका आनी स्पिकर सर यू हॅव टू रेग्युलेट हायरींग एंड स्टँडर्डाइज द रेट्स यू हॅव टू प्रोवाइड देम सॅनिटेशन मेडिकल सपोर्ट
Honorable
you have
member.
to replace unsafe
Honorable member.
Speaker sir,
Rule 16 Clause 1, I move a motion to extend the duration of the sitting of the House by 2 hours.
The motion is before the House. Those in favor may say aye.
Aye.
Those against may say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The duration of the sitting of the House is extended by 2 hours.
Speaker sir, आमकां अनसेफ स्ट्रीट कॉर्नर गॅदरिंग्स म्हणून हे जे आहा रोकडा रावतात ते तांकां एक डिग्निफाईड ऑर्गॅनिक साइट्स ऑर्गनायझड साइट्स दिवपाची गरज आहा. ESI hospital, Speaker sir, salaries per ESI has been cut from 60 crores to 55 crores. Supplies from 12 crores to 6 crores. हे बजेटान पळय तूं मडगांव ESI hospital runs at 26% occupancy due to lack of staff and resources. Many beneficiaries are unaware of entitlement, reimbursements are delayed. Instead of fixing ESI, government plans to convert it into a medical college with only 50% seat for Goans. We hope it benefits Goa, but it does not excuse neglecting the ESI system. Speaker sir, now I will speak on demand number 72, science and technology. Speaker sir, budget for science and technology has been cut from 209 crores to 150 crores. Capital expenditure has been slashed from 130 crores to 41 crores. These cuts are coming when Goa is facing an escalating water waste crisis. Saligaon and Kakodeche lok जर सोडले, जे who are bearing the burden of garbage from all other talukas, this budget is just disappointing. For them, it is a betrayal. Speaker sir, Goa generates 46% more garbage per capita than the national average. Our tourist population, which outnumbers locals, amplifies this challenge. Core issues are lack of segregation at source, rampant single-use plastic, weak enforcement in tourist belts. Despite booking 7,000 cases last year, open dumping of non-biodegradable waste continues in Madgav's market, Vasco railway station, Daboli airport and the Akem bypass. Speaker sir, Goa's garbage menace. Goa's garbage problem is no longer a nuisance. It has now become a menace. And if left unchecked, we can have a situation that has happened in other tourist destinations. Uttarakhandan uncontrolled dumping, hill station, their rivers became sewers and drove away high value tourists. In Kerala, the Brahmapuram waste crisis in Kochi created fires, toxic smoke and posed a health emergency tarnishing the city's image. Speaker sir, हीच परिस्थिती और हीच अवस्था गोंयची जावपाक आमी रावल्या काय कितें हो प्रश्न पडटा. स्पीकर सर, सोंसड्याचे रिमेडिएशन हांवें सुरवात केल्लें मंत्री आसतना हांवें आनी पर्रीकारान वचून पयले प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स थंय घेतिल्लें. ताजे मागीर खूब जाण वचत रावले थंय. पूण आज कितें आहा स्पीकर सर, प्लांटूय ना, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरूय ना, अकाउंटेबिलिटी ना. तें जालां पोस्ट ऑफिस, थंय येता आनी थंयच्यान काकोड्या वता. स्पीकर सर, बायोगॅस प्लांट म्हणून घाल्लें SPDA मार्केटान, ते एक इज एन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ अ क्विक कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट एंड नो रिजल्ट. फेल जालें तें स्पीकर सर. सो municipality has actually assured the High Court that it will install a 15 TPD biomethanation plant. आता जे कितें जालें? So even with Saligaon at 250 TPD and Kakoda running, Goa's projected 900 TPD waste load in 2025 cannot be met. एक टाइम आशिल्लो स्पीकर सर, आमी मागताले की वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट पोर्टफोलिओ सेपरेट करचो. तो केलो, आमी मंत्री नासतना मायकल लोबो मंत्री जालो. वेस्ट वचून म्हणटा पंचायतीन काडूं जाय आनी काडूं जाय. अरे पोर्टफोलिओ केलो मरे तुमकां, आनी कितें सोदता तुमी? आनी कितें जाय तुमकां? बजेट तूं म्हणटा बजेट इज नॉट डेफिसीट, इट इज अ सरप्लस बजेट. दी मरे ताका पयशे आनी कर ते काबार. कोण हाडयत तुमकां? 33 लोक आहात, घरसा बैल आहात, कोण ऑब्जेक्ट करना. मागीर कितें जालां? What is the, where is the, who is stopping whom? Speaker sir, Goa still lacks a system for chicken and slaughter waste. Today chicken waste is trucked to Karnataka while unauthorized shops are dumping it in drains and fields. Fish water waste is untreated, contaminates our waterways. Speaker sir, these are basic facilities that a progressive state should have. Policy paralysis boy. Waste recycling units policy is still in the process stage. Goa's scrapyard policy drafted in 2023 has gone silent. Speaker sir, आता नवो पोल्युशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड चेअरमॅन जाला, डायनॅमिक सगळे इश्यूज जाणा आनी सांगपाची गरज आनी गोंयकार सारको खरो गोंयकार ते मातशे जाग्यार उडया तुमी आता बाबा, हांच्यान जावचें ना तें, तुमी तरी घ्या इनिशिएटीव. स्पीकर सर, 100 कोटी रुपया एलोकेट केल्या गोवा राज्य विज्ञानिक पुरस्कार म्हणून एक सिंगल रुपया आज मेरेन म्हणूंक ना. तर सायन्सीचेर तुमी नाच, तुम्ही देव करा म्हणून सांगतले, सायन्सान कित्याक जाय काय म्हणून. नाजाल्यार हे ताटा धडयाक व्हायरस वतलो. ही तुमची सायंटिफिक टेम्परमेंट स्पीकर सर. Scientifically backed suggestions to solve the Goa's garbage crisis. Speaker sir, segregation at source 100% compliance जावपाक जाय. Decentralized micro plants जावपाक जाय. ताजे खातीर 5 ते 10 TPDचे बायो मिथेनेशन तुम्ही पंचायतीक दिया. ल्हान ते 200-300 स्क्वेअर मिटरान बसता. ते कित्या खातीर जॅम पोर्टलाचेर विकते घेवं येता. टेंडर व्हडलो काडून पयशे खावपाची गरज ना. डायरेक्ट मेळटा ते. मोदी प्रायम मिनिस्टर जावन एक बरें जालां ते जॅम पोर्टल म्हणून यू कॅन डायरेक्टली सोर्स इट. सो ते मेळटा 5 TPDचे बायोमिथेनेशन प्लांट करतलो जाल्यार. प्लास्टीक बायबॅक प्रोग्राम्स आसूंक जाय स्पीकर सर. Scientific evidence from Sikkim and Himachal Pradesh shows that plastic buyback scheme combined with the extended producer responsibility cuts the litter drastically. Tourism waste levy, speaker sir, टुरिस्टाक इको फी म्हणटा ती लावपाची गरज आहा. इतले टुरिस्ट येतले लाय तांचेर. स्पीकर सर, फिश अँड मीट वेस्ट कन्वर्जन. केरळाचो मॉडेल आहा की बायो रिएक्टर्स वापरून फिश वेस्ट आणि चिकन वेस्ट ताजे हे करूंक जाता आणि वॉटर पोल्युशन देवंक जाता आणि जनरेट फर्टिलायझर अँड बायोफ्युअल. स्पीकर सर, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्स एनेबल्ड मॉनिटरिंग ते कॅमेराज घालून तुज्यान डंपिंग धरून जाता. झिरो वेस्ट टुरिझम झोन्स म्हणून करूंक जाता स्पीकर सर. कम्युनिटी इन्सेंटिव्ह जे गांव झिरो डंपिंग करतात तांकां रिवॉर्ड करूं येता डेव्हलपमेंट ग्रांट्स दिवन तांकां एक इन्सेंटिव्ह दिवं येता स्पीकर सर. सो हे हांव तुमकां सजेस्ट करता. पूण गोंयचो वेस्ट प्रॉब्लेम म्हाका दिसता इज नॉट अबाउट गार्बेज. इट इज अबाउट वॉट मायकल? इट इज अबाउट गव्हर्नन्स. It is about science and it is about the future of our state. It is not our waste problem is not about garbage. We have no governance. Governance has collapsed. You have got majority, still it has collapsed. Still there is a policy paralysis. There is no application of mind for science. Your budget for science is going down and the future of the state is doomed, Speaker sir. Cutting the science and technology budget now is reckless. Speaker sir, without capacity, without segregation, without innovation, we are standing knee deep in our own waste. आम्ही केल्ले आमच्याच घाणीन आम्ही अर्ध बुडपाचे उरले स्पीकर सर. If we want to save Goa, we must adopt scientifically proven methods, invest in decentralized systems, enforce segregation and integrate waste management into tourism policy. Speaker sir, as it stands, this demand is yet another example of style without substance. म्हळ्यार ते सेम हांव सांगता तेच पॅकेट ऑफ चिप्स. सामके ब्राइट पॅकेजिंग, बिग प्रॉमिसेस, उगडे गेले जाल्यार मोस्टली इट इज एअर, व्हेरी लिटल सबस्टन्स. स्पीकर सर, गोवा डिजर्व्स मोर देन एअर. Goa deserves action. Now Babush has been given a degree by our revolutionary Goan MLA that he is a dynamic minister. So I hope he takes action. But by the way, those scams that I have given, I can give you a detailed letter also about this thing.
Yes.
Or if I can also summarize it to you.
Yes.
कितें तरी जावचें ताजेर हां.
Yes.
ना जाल्यार बाब रवी नायक म्हणटलो हे फकत उलयता मागीर फुडें कांय जायना मरे म्हणून. आज तो कांयच उलयना कसोच. बिकॉज ही एग्रीज विथ मी. हो 3rd डिस्ट्रिक्ट म्हणटा तो तुमी ताका कॅट केलें तें केलें, तुमी करता तें फेलियर केलें आनी तुमी सगळे बायलांक घेवन केलें. जो तुमचो प्रदेशाध्यक्ष म्हणटा तांकां कितें कळटा काय म्हणून. जांकां कांय कळना तांकां घेवन तुमी गोंय चलोवपाक फुडें सरल्या. स्पीकर सर, अशें गोंय चलचें ना, गोंय बुडटलें. पूण तुमकां ते म्हणटात देवान तुमकां बरी कितें मोद दिवची म्हणून हांव मागता. देव बरें करूं.
Silva.
Speaker sir, I rise to oppose the demands and support the cut motion on demand number 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60, 72. Demand number 7, settlement and land records. Speaker sir, ते गुणाक्षा एक सॉफ्टवेअर कंप्युटराचेर तेजे प्लॅन मेळटा. ते सॅटर्डे संडे चलता काय जावनाका. बिकॉज सॅटर्डे संडे तेजे ऑन जायना. तेजे भाशेन स्पीकर सर, हेजेर हे सॉफ्टवेअराचेर जायते डिलेक्शन जालो आनी चेंजीस जालो सर्वे प्लॅनाचेर. I demand that a comprehensive resurvey using open GIS compliant software be carried out to professional competent agency or recruit staff to do so. Speaker sir, demand number 15, Collectorate North Goa. Speaker sir, there is an urgent need to repair the barns and sluice gates. 49-0 mention केलें आनी हायलायट केलें की मंदू तो एक भुरगो आजून मिसींग आहा तो. सो जरी तर रिपेर जालो जाल्यार ही सोगटी खजन लँड आहाय ती कल्टिवेशनां हाडपा जाताय. I demand a special package of minimum 1,000 crores for repair of all the damaged bunds and sluice gates in Goa for all Khazan lands. Speaker, sir, the rates that are used to approve the estimate of work of repair bunds and sluice gates are based on rates defined by PWD for civil works. पण खजान land ते workam असता ते based on traditional work असता. So cost of material and labor different जाता. I demand that a schedule of rates to be followed for Khazan related repairs should be different from that is followed by PWD. तेजेर एक urgent step घेवपाक जाय. Speaker, sir, फाटी आमी शिरगांव जात्रा स्टॅम्पेड जावन कांय ती डेथूय जाल्ली. Speaker, sir, खंय फेस्टिवल आसा थिंगा कंट्रोल रूम आसपाक जाय with all concerned staff of department should be set up with guidelines given by disaster management of central government. NDMS should be followed. Demand number 16, Collectorate South Goa. Speaker, sir, Comdat building of South Goa is in dangerous state. There's a tender जाल्लो, पण अजून तेजे काम स्टार्ट जालें ना. Temporary measures घेता तेजे, पण हे न्यू बिल्डिंग करपाची टॉप प्रायोरिटी आसपाक जाय. स्पीकर सोगटे MLA उलयलाय, जायत्यो केसीस पेंडिंग आसताय. म्युटेशन जावं, पार्टिशन जावं, आनी ह्यो मातसो बेगीन जावपाक जाय. फास्ट ट्रॅक सिस्टम करपाक जाय, कित्याक जे आमचे कसले येता ते डेली वेजीस जाय ते असतात थिंगा येता ते पूण तेजे एक दीस पेड्यार करता तेंचे वेजीस ते तांकां पगारूय मेळना सो ते पोत्ते येतात वयता केस एडजॉर्न जातात हांव मागता ह्यो केसीस बेगीन कवर जावपाक जाय. स्पीकर सर, देर आर लॉट ऑफ स्क्रॅप यार्ड्स इन सांत झेवियर. जायते फावट कंप्लेन्स केले, पंचायतांनी केले, आमी केले, इन्स्पेक्शनूय केले, डेप्युटी डायरेक्टरान कलेक्टरान केल्ली आहा, पूण हेजेर कांय एक्शन जायना. हांव मागता एंड ऑफ द सेशन ऑगस्ट म्हयना एक कंबायंड इन्स्पेक्शन करचें, ही सगळी इलिगल स्क्रॅप यार्ड जाय ती नोट करची आनी तेजेर जाता तितलें बेगीन एक्शन जावचें म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, सब रजिस्टर ऑफिसां मारगांव ते मोस्टली ओवर क्रावडेड आसतात. जायते सिनियर सिटीजनूय थिंगा आसतात, सेल डीड करपाक येताय, कांय डॉक्युमेंट्स घेवपाक येताय आनी तांकां बसपाक मेळना, जायते फावट उबी आसतात. तेजे मातशें हें सिटींग अरेंजमेंट करपाक जाय. तसो रिक्वेस्टूय आहा पब्लिकाचो थिंगा सब रजिस्टर ऑफिस फर्स्ट फ्लोर आहा ते सकयल ग्रावंड फ्लोराचेर हाडचें म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, रेवेन्यू डिमांड नंबर 33. स्पीकर सर, सगळ्यांनी उलयला ती लँडलॉक प्रॉपर्टीज आहा त्यो तांकां एक्सेस मेळची म्हणून. लास्ट टायम उलयले हेजे पॉलिसी येतली म्हणून, पूण आजून पासून पॉलिसी येयलो ना. जेन्ना असेंब्लीन डिस्कस जाल्लें तेन्ना जायतो लोक आमचे लागीं जायती तेजी एप्लिकेशनूय घेवन येयली. आतां पोत्ती विचारतात हे केन्ना येतो काय म्हणून. हांव मागता ही पॉलिसी बेगीन येवची, ही 1.5 मिटर आहा ती 3 मिटर करून तांकां रिलीफ दिवची म्हणून मागता. स्पीकर सर, जायतो EWS सर्टिफिकेट आसा, म्हाका जाण जावपाक जेन्ना तलाटी एक पॉझिटीव रिपोर्ट दिता, मामलादार और डिप्युटी कलर इज बाउंड टू गिव देम द EWS सर्टिफिकेट और नॉट. कित्याक तांकां एक क्लियर गायडन्स दिल्लें आहा, बिकॉज एज पर माय इन्फॉर्मेशन ऑलमोस्ट 7,000 एप्लिकेशन ऑफ EWS पेंडिंग आहाय म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, आतां रेग्युलरायजेशन ऑफ हावजीस एक्ट बील कितें येवपाक रेग्युलरायज करपाचें, पूण आतां हांवें एक नोट केल्लें आहा, जायते कडेन आमचे जशी ST पॉप्युलेशन आहा थिंगा भाटकारान तांकां प्लॉट दिल्ले आहाय, तांकां मार्केट रेटीन तांकां पयशे दिल्ले, पूण तेंचो सेल डीड जायना. भाटकारान सेल डीड केलो ना तेजे नांवाची प्रॉपर्टी, जायती ऑफसायन जाली, सगळे पयशे दिले. पूण 2 रिजन आहाय. एक रिजन आहा थिंगा ते भाटकाराची फॅमिली आसा, को ओनर आसतात ते भायर आसतात, ते सायन मारपाक येनाय. सेकेंड आहा तेजे सब डिविजन प्लॉट केलो आसनाय ना, म्हण तांकां TCP तेंचे NOC मेळना ते सेल करपाक. सो तेका लागून हेंगे प्लॉट सगळे तेंचे नांवाचेर जायनाय. सो असले प्लॉटां रेग्युलरायज जातले काय ना म्हाका ते कळपाक जाय. स्पीकर सर, डिमांड नंबर 72, सायन्स अँड टेक्नॉलॉजी. तेचे सेम स्क्रॅप यार्ड्स आमकां पॉलिसी यार्ड म्हणली ती अजून जाली ना. ती जायना जावन आमी सांजे दियार भरपूर प्रॉब्लम फेस करता, इलिगल स्क्रॅप यार्ड ते आहाय. तेजे भाशेन ट्रान्सपरन्सी आसपाक जाय इन डिपॉझीट रिफंड स्कीम, DRS फॉर हाय व्हॅल्यू प्लास्टीक बॉटल्स अँड कॅन्स. स्पीकर सर, लेबर डिमांड नंबर 52 उलयत आसतना थंय जाणान म्हणलां सगळे मार्केटीन लेबर आसता, मायग्रंट लेबर आसता तेंचे रेट फिक्स ना. तिंगा कितें जाल्यार करपाक ते 1,000-1,200 पासून मागता पर डे आनी लोक ते व्हरता, तेचे भाशेन कन्स्ट्रक्शन कॉस्टूय वाडटा. स्पीकर सर, आय ओपोज द डिमांड इन सपोर्ट द कंक्लूजन.
Honorable Leader of Opposition, Yuri Alamo.
Speaker, sir, I rise to support the cut motions and oppose the demands. Police for this because I'm speaking on Collectorate North. Hey, Speaker, sir, आज the budget estimate for Collectorate North stands at 5,604 lakhs. And it is marginally higher compared to 24-25, it was 5,137 lakhs. And actual expenditures are 23-24 5,069 lakhs. And while this modest increase may appear routine, but because it conceals the deeper structural concerns. When I say structural concerns, because about the role and the performance of these district administrators in North Goa. Goan, in a state as compact as Goa, the institution of the district collectors, because should be more dynamic. It should be more dynamic. It should be a nerve center for local governance, for field supervision, revenue enforcement, and disaster readiness. But because the reality is very different. District collectors are largely absent from field inspections. They are rarely seen touring talukas and seem disengaged from their statutory duties. Now, Speaker sir, budget head-on, salaries continues to dominate this particular demand. 3,485 lakhs out of 5,604 lakhs. This is over 62% of the total provision under this budget head. And this leaves very little room for actual service improvements and government reforms. Because a collectorachi core duty under the Land Revenue Code 1968 is the assessment and collection of the land revenue. Yet this government has failed to revise the standard rates of the land revenue since 2007. Speaker sir, this is an 18-year delay that deprives the state exchequer of its rightful revenue. Immediately maga dista tumi ek notification card paksai with these regards. Anik mandate quarterly reporting of collection targets and recoveries from each taluka. आज Speaker sir, I can see a disproportionate 15,202 lakhs which has been allotted under other charges. What exactly is this? There is no justification in your demand note or the budget speech for such opaque and steep escalation. आज capital outlay म्हणून जे North Goa collectorant is a mere only 45 lakhs, primarily directed towards long delayed revenue bhavan in Bardes Taluka, annex building padha. आज itli senior citizens, we are seeing in lines there, long queries wanting to go to the office, but you have allocated only 45 lakhs. I urge that the government should take up this revenue bhavan, decent infrastructure, by completing it by March 2026. आज, without this type of decent infrastructures, because of how can we expect a digital transformation karpak or service quality upgrades avpak? This is absolutely impossible. Ada, disaster relief remains completely under prioritized. This, with the way of the increasing heavy rainfall, flooding, wind damage in North Goa, because of the allocation for this relief to victims is a static 220 lakhs. Only 220 lakhs, because and jenna distribute zada lokamade when they want to take the benefit, this has delays, poor coordination, and maga dista ek opacity. Khas करून because a disaster district management authority today is just reduced to a paper entity. I recommend that the creation of this district level disaster contingency fund and a pre-approved SOPs aspak jai for automatic release. No, don't wait for the delay. You have to automatically release this during cyclone and monsoon emergencies. By the time you are giving this amount, it takes months. Speaker sir, as I speak on Collectorate North, I have to also mention about the incident that happened in Devilaire. I think this is a learning episode for us. We have to learn from these mistakes. Jatre Padzala, it comes under your North District MA guidelines. of 2014, whether risk assessment was done, whether there was crowd flow design looked into, whether security surveillance was in time, whether medically emergency response drills were done, communication strategy ahli kai ki nahi. Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता आज ज्या पद्धतीन coordination, health, police, disaster management, panchayat bodies. I am not blaming a single person. I think it is your department. It's a collective failure. It has happened for the first time. But these type of episodes should not happen in the future. So what plan does your department have? Whether your department is prepared for such type of episodes. You blame the collector. That is not enough. Collector blaming is not just one full stop. What have you done in the future now that this particular thing doesn't repeat? Because of Magadista, this was a man-made disaster, and this is not only to your department. All other, even the police are responsible for this. You cannot just single-handedly wash out your responsibility. Magadista Speaker sir, ja paddatin aaj Goankar will never forget the way selective enforcement is done about post 10 PM music. You know, you are aware about it. Ki High Courtaची order ha Goa State Pollution Control Boardan ban kela dawarcha nantar music जावपाना म्हण. पण आमी हुई ना हुई चोयल्यार. The way today this office has turned a blind eye to violations in Anjuna, in Bagator, in Asagaon, in Morji, in Arambol, in Siolim, day in, day out. This department has failed. Every place, Speaker sir, they are basically sound law che ezada. Tor maga dista ki you have to basically enforce laws with regard to Land Revenue Code, Disaster Management Act, Environment Protection Act, illegal aaj itle hill cutting zata, construction, more than 1,000 hill cutting by your friend Vishwajit Rane is applied. But what is the squad doing? There is no coordination, Speaker sir. Illegal rave parties are there. Openly they are advertised today. You see. So illegal sand extraction are there. Everywhere they are called. But do you have a mechanism with the amount of illegality that has happened? And what is your reforms that you have to in place? Because 25 lakh North Goa collectorate towards IT modernization. Only 25 lakhs. Speaker sir, this is inadequate for a district that must oversee. What do they oversee in the North Goa district? Immutation, land convergence, caste certifications, arms licensing. Magatori dista minimum provision of 1 crore at least should be made under a dedicated e-governance subhead. And it includes because of deliverables aspect with real-time dashboards. That is what is lacking. Integration with states, property GIS. This is what needs to be done. I would like to draw the attention of the honorable ministers because there is a rising cost on the outsourcing. 44 lakhs this year only left for utility attendants. Others because Sarkaran cannot just simply casually repeat these expenditures. There must be a department-wise staff deployment review. Outsourcing today, Speaker sir, cannot be a substitute for your accountability or your performance. Speaker sir, Deshbor across India, the collectorates have evolved today into dynamic engines. The department has not given them powers. I'll tell you why, Speaker sir. Dynamic engines of local governance, they have clear targets, digital integration, and एक citizen outreach. Now you speak, Speaker sir, in Andhra Pradesh, Spandana Manote, a grievance redressal model. You look at Tamil Nadu's mandatory inspection calendars. Speaker sir, you look at Kerala's revenue adalats. Speaker sir, you look at Gujarat's district level disaster drills. Speaker sir, you look at Odisha's revenue mobile apps. Anik Maharashtra's non-tax revenue dashboards. This is something that Goa needs to learn. Speaker sir, the collector's role can be revitalized. And I strongly advise that Sarkaran AGS study korpak jai on these models. Propose a model like a weekly Jan Seva Divas. This is what you tell the collector to do. Speaker sir, GPS logged field inspections. Why can't they do it? Live revenue performance tracker. Makadista will bring definitely North Goa collectorate and try to meet towards the 21st century responsibility. So many states have done it. Collectors today with the amount of population that is in the state, you look at other states, collectors have powers, but they are not being given the powers. Your department needs to make sure that it is their duty to do it. And they do have the capacity to do it. The problem is the government does not want to do it. Speaker sir, आज जरी तर credibility पोतून हाडल्यार, I believe you need to revise your tax slabs with taluka level stakeholders तांकां घेवन collector mandatory, you need to ask them to go to 10 working days on field visits. They have to go on the site. Inspection reports because must be uploaded in the public domain. You need to release quarterly targets. When I say quarterly targets of the achievements in that non-tax revenue recovery, or what I pointed out. Because citizen-friendly services under a unified North Goa Seva portal. This is what is lacking. In the absence of this, because it is without any vision today that they are being allowed. I'm not blaming them because the vision seems to be lack from the department. The strength in this demand only salary becomes a formality. Nothing else, payment of salary, no strategic outcomes. Because when I speak about Collectorate South, and I would like to make a special mention of the efficiency of the Collectorate South. The way the Collector South is functioning is supposed to be appreciated by the department. The follow-up, the way things are handled, the way the MLAs are updated about, that is something that I would try to specially mention about Collector South. But Speaker sir, if we look at the budget estimate of yours, is 4735 lakhs, and a sharp reduction in 5624 lakhs that was proposed in the last year, and your actual expenditure in 23-24 that was 5550 lakhs. Speaker sir, 900 lakhache, 900 lakhache sudden contraction. What does this show? Why is this step-motherly treatment to South Goa? Unacknowledged withdrawal of responsibilities. Serious underestimations of these resources, because this is required for what is required for the district administration of South Goa is not given. Concerning Speaker sir, law and order, election management, natural disaster response, several responsibilities are there. It is the same. However, Speaker sir, if you look today, further examination when I went into your demands about South Goa Collectorate, 4140 lakhs, that is 87% of your budget is consumed here by salaries. What does this prove? How much does the South Goa Collectorate has? This proves that this is largely a static budget. And capital outlay for the South Goa Collectorate is 5,85,000. When this is allocated only for a Darbondara building taluka, this shows that there's absolutely no vision to upgrade the infrastructure and services. It also speaks expose about the inadequacy of South Goa's district administration. One thing that I would like to highlight to the Honorable Minister is outsourcing utility services. This has jumped from 247 lakhs to 280 lakhs. AJ performance audit or efficiency review maka dista tuye amka sangpak जाय. Speaker sir, disaster management, disaster relief allocation, this has been slashed, 50% slashed from 106 lakhs that it was last year to 51.64 lakhs in this budget. This is completely unacceptable. Why? Speaker sir, the district has seen severe flooding in Salsette, in Kepe, in Darbandara in the recent years. But Speaker sir, disaster management authority, district disaster management authority Munha, this is the first responder when it comes to emergency. Yet 50 lakhantल्यान 20 lakh केला, हिंगाय slash केला. So it looks like step-motherly treatment. Such budgetary shows misplaced priorities. आता IT modernization म्हणून एक allocation झाला. IT modernization a petty 5 lakh rupees for the maintenance of the existing systems. Speaker sir, now what do they do digitally? Land mutation tracking, certificate of income services, election roll updates, public grievance redressal.
म्हाका दिसता 5 लाख रुपया एका पावता काय कितें हे म्हाका दिसता मंत्रीन आमकां सांगपाक जाय. In the South Goa Collectorate, annual maintenance of the Collectorate is pending for years. AMC, GSIDC, when are you going to even give some funds for it? Will it happen or no? हे काँग्रेस पक्षान मारलेलो हो प्रोजेक्ट त्या वेळार तुय आहलो, तुय मंत्री आहलो. हे स्टेप मारलेली ट्रीटमेंट कित्याक? स्पीकर सर, मुंडकार and mutation tenancy हिंगा 5 वर्सां आणि half of these cases are pending in the Ponda Taluka. Unless the number of joint mamladars are increased, because of these cases will pile up. I'll come on the records later as I speak on revenue. A command and control center under disaster management is pending with the secretariat. Unless you unify this command and center and this is established, Magadista, disaster management would be difficult. Command and control center of the police is also pending. No funds have been provided. This is what we have come to know from various LAQs. Ki 50,000 apart from for tree cutting, no funds we have provided. Speaker sir, एक मोठो मुद्दो म्हळ्यार Mamladar who served before are now promoted as deputy collectors. And when you promote them, the cases come back, appeal cases go to the same people. So now they have to be basically, it is causing inconvenience to the people going to another taluka. What plan do you have about that? Speaker sir, construction of taluka offices, Kepe जावं, Kankon जावं, Ponda जावं, Sange जावं, हे pending asa. Frequent transfer of administrators of the community, this is hampering the functioning of this office. आज ज्या पद्धतीन तलाटी ट्रान्सफर जाता, पयर आमगेलो एकल्या तुवें केला, unnecessary, हांव तें नांव दिता तुका. स्पीकर सर, हे म्हाका दिसता you have issued a circular की state department should know before transfer of AKs and talatis. म्हाका दिसता हेजेर तुवें चोवपाक जाय. ज्या पद्धतीन थिंगा पेंटिंग, renovation, repairing works, this needs to be taken up. मामलादार तुमगेलो एकलो कुंकोळे आहा तो मातशे चड उलयता. जे 24 वरान सर्टिफिकेट दिवपाक जाय भुरग्याक, खास करून स्टुडंट सिकींग एडमिशन, स्पेशली स्पीकर सर, एक तुवें म्हाका दिसता तांकां एक इन्स्ट्रक्शन दिवपाक जाय, एक मेंटेनन्स सेल करपाची गरज आसा with teams of civil and electrical engineers and allied staff. Put this mechanism into place. Speaker sir, speaking on revenue, आज the budget allocation for the revenue department for 25-26 is 114 crores compared to the revised estimate of 93 crores in 24-25. आता ये increase padya, this is a welcome step, but Speaker sir, they are not showing, as I said before, no structural operational inefficiencies. Speaker sir, today they are not addressing them. Whatever you have put, Speaker sir. Anta, this department or the revenue department today is the backbone. Is the backbone when I say of land administration, of property records, of tenancy, of partition, and एक mutation services है. And आज it plays a crucial role of both urban planning and rural stability. Both these things. Now, Speaker sir, yet we see कितले mutation cases delay जाता. Poor quality today of record digitization, incomplete cadastral surveys in the state of Goa, कितले land ownership dispute जाता, rampant illegalities in tenancy आणि convergence. आता या लोकांमध्ये frustration जाता आणि खास करून this is basically because this department's inefficiency today to ensure एक error free आणि एक timely online land record हाडपाक. Many talatis, mamladars, mainly tenge function asa is they are working in a semi-manual ecosystem. Completely semi-manual ecosystem. There are delays. Speaker sir, je bhumi records asa, now form 1 in 14 extracts, they are available on the official portals. That are available are riddled with a lot of errors. Lot of errors, you know about it. This has led to a lot of land-related litigation and frauds. The way SID complaints were given, the way land today आज fraud करून जे पण system जाता, you have to come with some sort of a formula for this. Many cases because of multiple parties पड्या, एमी different versions of the same 1 in 14, it is noticed. I know you are aware about it. आणि जे tenancy certificate grant करपाचो प्रयत्न हा are withheld because of this particular thing. Speaker sir, Partition Act today has become sluggish. Illegal fencing and even selling of Komdar lands today. Aaj ja paddhati in plots are reported day in day out. You might say they are doing it Komdar, that doesn't come under my jurisdiction. But we as legislators, you were legislator from 2002. I remember I was a young boy when you first decided to become an MLA. At that time you were quite dynamic. I don't know what has happened or whether this particular Sarkar has told you to just stay silent. Speaker sir, as there is a lack of coordination between DSLR, settlement of land records, and revenue department. This has left to mismatched surveys. This has left to outdated land boundaries. This has left to ambiguous classification of cultivable and non-cultivable land. This is the main problem. आता सगळ्याकडे real estate वाढला. And there is no, what is needed is a tighter vigilance on registrations, on verifications, and conversions and mutation. Speaker sir, cases pending today, as per my LAQ 140, if you look at the number of Mundkars and tenants in North Goa, Mundkar cases in North Goa 514. More than 5 years, 341 are pending. More than 10 years, 173. Highest taluka is Bardes. Second followed by Penne. In Bardes, 5 years, 168 cases. More than 10 years, 143 cases. Coming to your tenancy cases, the total of 1034. More than 5 years, 598 cases. More than 10 years, 436. Here again, Bardes come first, followed by Penne taluka. So Speaker sir, Dakshin Goanच्या जोरीतोर चयल्यार if you look at South Goa, Mundkarel cases are 419. More than 5 years, 261. More than 10 years, 158. Salset talukan 5 वर्षांची 62. More than 10 years, 60 cases. Followed by Ponda. Tenancy cases are जोरीत because of total cases pending 497. More than 5 years, 331. More than 10 years, 166. Highest in Salset, followed by Ponda. So these cases are pending for more than 10 years. Why is this? Has the department looked into this particular aspect? Others because of Mokaso Zopod Baisan 2022, both reports on Mokaso and Alvara lands, Ejir, the committee had submitted long back, headed by N.D. Agarwal. Now he had submitted his reports to the government, but your government has not disclosed whether you have accepted these reports or rejected these reports. Because why are these reports not placed on the table of the House? What was the recommendation of these reports? Has government accepted it or rejected it? It cannot be kept into secrets. Because my LAQ 141 on this particular report, it states that the report is under examination. What is mentioned in this that you'll have to keep it is top secret? What is mentioned, Speaker sir, in this department? Magadista Sarkar purposely is failed to keep this particular report into public domain. I demand that this has to be brought into public. Why are you hiding away from it? Otherwise you reject it. Speaker sir, Adna, I come to a very serious allegation that I am putting on the department. I call this a fraud. A multi-crore land scam unfolds against the survey department. Others, Speaker sir, it has come to light that the Department of Settlement and Land Records, entrusting with maintaining Goa's sanctity of Goa's land records, is at the center of a large-scale manipulation, a racket involving fraudulent insertion of structures. Structures have been inserted into officials using the Bunaksh software platform. Speaker sir, the allegation is that more than 300 to 400 structures have been added, predominantly in the CRZ areas and prime coastal belts, have been illegally added to these official survey plans using digital tools. Speaker sir, these insertions were allegedly carried out without physical verification, without looking on the ground or following any transparent or legal protocol. Yeah, the going rate for one plot is said to be more than 1 crore. More than a crore for 300 to 400 plots today, Speaker Sir, making this more than a 300 crore scam. Speaker Sir, ye fraudulent repair pad jalle, these were later used, and I have cases, I have come very well prepared with all the cases, all the numbers, all the maps that have been changed. Speaker Sir, I've got this particular from my own answer. Anik, ya Hindutva, Speaker Sir, ki after insertion pad jale, private parties applied for repairs, for construction, falsely presented them as a pre-existing structure. You are aware about this. Speaker Sir, several of these structures today have been used to manipulate permissions in TCP, in Goa Coastal Zonal Management Authorities, in Panchayat, making this not just a departmental fraud, but a coastal regulatory crisis. Aaj, Speaker Sir, why this scam is dangerous to the state of Goa? There is an environmental threat. Most of these structures have been fraudulent. Entries are in CRZ1 zones, including sand dunes, including mangroves, including low-lying flood-prone areas that are legally protected. Who, Speaker Sir, erosion of legal sanctity asa. Aaj, jab paddhatin these structures violate the survey protocols, they violate CRZ notifications of 2011 and 19 and the Land Revenue Code. Speaker Sir, revenue loss and title conflicts. This is a subject. Such fraudulent entries are being used to claim ownership. Apun owner mo. This, Speaker Sir, leading to illegal conversions, title disputes, and potential fraudulent mutations. Bunaksh pad or tool ha. What tool? Mapsache je boson halle te. Mandreje change kotale. I have the IP addresses also. Sitting in South Goa, they were changing planes of North Goa. Sitting in North Goa, they were changing planes in South Goa. I have got all the IP addresses, how this has been done. Speaker Sir, je Bunak's platform padhalle is a GIS-based platform meant for transparency. This has been weaponized for fraud, turning the state into systems of corruption. Aaj, Speaker Sir, administrative complicity, such a scam could not have occurred without the involvement and negligence of insiders, including senior officials, surveyors, drafting staff, GIS operators, and supervisory officers. Amaka Kodanila, that Mantri was also, didn't knew about it, till someone approached one of his relation to change the plan. Speaker Sir, after that, what has your department done? This is, Speaker Sir, I demand कि एक judicial agent inquiry जावपाक जाय. It has to be led by SIT or a retired High Court judge. Today we don't have a Lokayukta. Speaker Sir, all these entries of Bunaksh in the last 5 years, they have to be identified. Who are these officials? Who processed these insertions? Who tracked these backdoor approvals or omissions? The department and the minister needs to answer. I want you to publish a white paper on the survey J alterations are. Jab paddhatin the government today should disclose the total number of structures that were added post 2019. All structures inserted in CRZ or disputed areas. Subsequently, if you have deleted, Speaker Sir, under vague term of doubtful structures, Kalangud ek hotel tents zala, tehi aha magade. Doubtful structures म्हणजे कितें? आज you need to basically look and freeze these fraudulent entries. Any permissions today that were granted using these fake entries should be immediately stayed. Right to TCP, right to Goa Coastal Zonal Management Authority, right to Panchayats, subject them to a re-verification. खूप गरजेचे आहे. An independent expert committee has to be this. Because जे Bunakshaचे addition झाला since digitization, म्हाका दिसता all these entries have to be checked. The department have to have accountability. FIRs have to be filed. Suspensions have to be done. Criminal investigations of the officials have to be involved. FIRs, when will you do it? Have you filed an FIR? This is not just a departmental scam, the Honorable Minister. This is a systematic assault on land governance and environment in the state of Goa. And I hope you give us these answers. It's a very serious thing, and I hope you don't defend this, because this is something that I got to know that even you were not aware until when you realize certain things happen. So you please explain us on this. Speaker sir, yeah, revenue department ache jori tor aaj, if you look at the status of the revenue department, I believe and I demand that you undertake a taluka-wise revalidation, reconciliation of all the 1 in 14s and Form D records. I demand that you completely digitize real-time linking of the property records with the DSLR cadastral survey and registration department records. I demand that you dedicate a revenue service grievance portal into time-bound redressals जावपाक जाय, document tracking जावपाक जाय, status update मेळपाक जाय. You geotag all the government, communal and semi-public lands to prevent today encroachments and unauthorized alienation governmental landache. Speaker sir, Agadista, there is a lot that the minister has to do. Statewide drive, I demand that you update and reissue these land demarcation maps. You can use drone imagery. There is so much of technology today. Use satellite images. Aaj Speaker sir, Agadista, we need to modernize the working system of the talatis, of the surveyors, of the mamladas by equipping them with tablets, GPS-based tools, and e-records. Zoritor Magadista, a coordination जावपाक जाय. There is no nodal agency. The coordination needs to be between DSLR, between forest, between TCP department, between revenue department to eliminate jurisdiction and जे pod एकमुखा मध्ये जे conflict of interest असा and unified land classification. This needs to be ensured. Speaker sir, revenue department cannot afford today in the state of Goa to operate with pre-liberation or pre-colonial era procedures. It must serve as a custodian of land justice. It must serve, it should have ownership clarity, transparency for every Goan household today, even if it is in the remote talukas or the most urbanized cities. Speaker sir, state disaster management ache jenna uloita, आज Speaker sir, ज्या पद्धतीन the budget estimate for the state disaster management authority is 32.17 crores. अनिक ज्या पद्धतीन revised estimate जालो 28 कोटीचो 24-25 आणि actual expenditure आशिल्लो 27 कोटीचो. Now when you these figures of yours, they indicate a moderate increase in allocation. The ground reality today in Goa is the disaster management authority, the fragile preparedness of this department, uneven response systems. You need to basically reactive this disaster governance. Speaker sir, आज गोय, आमचे माणकुले गोय is vulnerable to coastal erosion. There are reports to storm surges, flash floods, cyclonic winds, landslides in the Western Ghats, accidental fires, and now, Agadista, yet authority today is under-resourced. They lack full-time professional staff cadre. They operate legally largely through short-term outsourcing. Only they are unable to even counter a disaster. Keslech Magadista district level stopgaps. This is what the State Disaster Management Authority is reduced to. Anik, zo Goa State Disaster Management as a plan asa, this is not updated annually. This lacks precise risk mapping. It has no real-time multi-hazard dashboard. This is what your department needs to look into. Aaj, AJ presence, disaster management presence should be in schools, should be basically, there's no presence of it in colleges, there's no presence on bus stands, majors, hospitals, Magadista, place where you need to create awareness, training, evacuation protocols the most. ज्या पद्धतीन district आणि taluka disaster management committees, today, what is their status? Most of these are defunct or they meet infrequently. There is minimum community level capacity building. This is the role of this disaster management authority. Mock drill pade hai, they are rarely conducted. How many times in a year are they conducted, Speaker sir? Urban local bodies आणि पंचायत यांका एक integrate करपाची गरज असा. into structured protocols or budgets. Haga dista, aaj, despite there are several central government schemes, but today Goa lags behind in this implementation. It's because post-disaster compensation for loka dita, delivery is very, very slow. It is inconsistent. More worryingly, जे आज climatic change जाता, the adaptation is still more mainstream. Now, the more mainstream into what? एक infrastructure planning an aspect जाए, tourism development an aspect जाए, mining rehabilitation aspect जाए. But Magadista, you need to transform this state disaster management authority into a credible, science-based and a community-led institution. Because for this, I demand and I propose that the minister updates the state disaster management plan. Assembly होणे ज्यांना प्रश्न येता तुम्ही एक meeting घेताय and सगळे disaster management you know it. You know the realities because you need to update the state disaster management plan annually with villages, hazard-wise risk profile. Yes, Speaker sir, I demand that the state of Goa or the disaster management authority needs to create a real-time multi-hazard early warning system. There are so many fields, so many you need to integrate this into your IMD, into other national agencies. Are you all integrated? Are you all connected? Speaker sir, a district emergency operation center with 24/7 response capacity. Currently, the government has nothing. Absolutely, Speaker sir. 10,000 तरी disaster volunteers. मोदे आमके एक प्रश्न मेळ्ळो ती सांगले उमके volunteer केलाय म्हणून. तेंच कित जाले? Are they still activated as first responders across taluka, and they need to have certificate modules, disaster preparedness curriculum. Today, you look at climate change everywhere, all across the state, all across the country, all across the world. Because do you have preparedness? You should involve this into your curriculum also. Suggest to the education minister to introduce into high schools, into colleges, into teaching training institutes. आज ज्या पद्धतीन स्पीकर साहेब म्हाका दिसता खूप गरजेचें आसा की जे सॉइल इरोजन जाता, ज्या पद्धतीन टायडल सर्जीस जाता, ज्या पद्धतीन एक सॅलिनिटीचो लोकांक त्रास जाता, you need to launch a coastal resilience task force. I demand as legislators, because आम्ही 3 वर्सां जाले उलयत आहा हे disaster management squad आज disaster म्हणून, but now it is duty that what feedback we get that the state of Goa needs to put forward. You need to conduct quarterly mock drills, जे public building on, educational campuses on, industrial zones on. How many drills have you conducted? आज स्पीकर सर म्हाका दिसता एक hazard zoning maps खूप गरजेचे. Building safety guideline. Is the disaster management looking into all this, Speaker sir? Today you need to install public disaster alert systems, including SMS, sirens, digital sirens. That चलते जाल्यार चोय सारखे siren, सारखे चलते जाल्यार चोय. Speaker sir, we need a climate risk modeling. This needs to be put into your urban master plans, into CRZ regulations, road building projects. आज Speaker sir, we need to collaborate. When there was a disaster in Devi Laira, I think I should say that the health department officials were prompt. We also went on the site. The collector was prompt to make sure things happen. But Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता एक emergency medical response and एक mass casualty training with your department and Goa Medical College. Has this been done? Has this protocol being followed? Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता आज जेन्ना एक disaster management should basically, I demand that you publish a state annual disaster reduction report. As I conclude on disaster management authorities, Speaker sir, Goanchi beauty and biodiversity must not mask its exposure to these intensifying risks. Preparedness, not panic. And resilience, not rhetoric. We must define our approach to these disasters. Because आज disaster management authority is only not only become an authority or an agency of emergency response, but should have an ecological foresight and a community solidarity. Speaker sir, speaking on science and technology, आज Speaker Sir, the Department of Science and Technology and Waste Management, your budgetary allocation is 82.79 crores. Revised estimate ashillo 24-25 76.54 crores, while the actual expenditure was 69.43 crores. While this department has a critical, dual mandate, दोन भाषी mandate of this particular science and technology. One is to advance the science and managing waste. Number two, Speaker Sir, these two pillars of advancing science and managing waste, these are often held today in isolation. They are in sleep mode. They lack any type of innovation today. Because गोंयची जोरी तर तुम्ही सांगता high literate state म्हणून. Today there is a lot of knowledge potential in the state of Goa, but definitely this lacks a robust institutional ecosystem. What is lacking? This ecosystem is lacking in the terms of scientific research, in terms of public technology access, and in terms of innovation incubation. Speaker Sir, Goinchi State Council of Science and Technology, today this council has a minimal footprint in school science outreach. Do you all go to schools? In R&D support, in climate technology demonstration? What is your department doing? Speaker Sir, जायते project under this department जे पण घेता, it's absolutely, it remains a low impact with routine grand distribution schemes. There is no active science park. Do we have a science park in the state of Goa? Speaker Sir, there is no innovation lab, no prototype testing facility. आज the absence of these strong linkages, your strong linkages with Goa University, with engineering colleges, with national labs hampers the localization of this cutting edge technology. Speaker Sir, Goa specific problem je pade ha, it is the duty of the department je utkache issue, sheti khatyan issue, coastal erosionacho issue, fisheries issue, renewable energy issue. It is the department on, it is very specific. What has the department done with these particular aspects? Ana waste management and Speaker Sir, Goa continues to struggle today. The tourism footfalls, they drop jata. One of the prime reasons is the garbage maintenance. You have urban garbage, you have biomedical waste, tukade electronic waste asa, and legacy dump sites are. Now coming to your Saligaon waste treatment plant, Speaker Sir, Goa Waste Management Corporation is the implementing agency today for state level projects. Zao solid waste treatment plant in Saligaon, Kakoda, Baingidi and Venna. Pun as a remediation je pad jata also of Sonsodo. This is also your league. Highway chair, major district chair, je cleaning जावपाक जाय. Development of MRF at villages, panchayat and municipal level is your duty. Speaker Sir, my first charge against this particular department is that despite large capital investment in this department has basically failed to address the public complaints regarding odor, regarding leachate, and non-compliance waste processing. Now there is calling attention ille. I think you now prepared unless. Speaker Sir, it seems to be overburdened. There seems to be no effective implementation of the treatment plants at Baingidi and Verna. The Honorable Minister Magadisa, you should put up the status before the House today. My second charge is that Goa Waste Management Corporation has failed to create 4 facilities. Number 1, a hazardous waste treatment facility. Number 2, e-waste treatment facility. Number 3, biomedical waste treatment facility. Number 4, construction and demolition treatment facilities. This department has failed. Honorable Minister, हांगा आता तुझ मुखार हाडपाक सोदता. कुंकोळे इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेटान आता देड वर्सां तो हेझडस वेस्ट हा थिंगा इतली वर्सां मुखेलमंत्री सांगता आज कोतलो फाल कोतलो तेगे भाऊजी फोन मान थकलो सांगोन थकलो तो करू सोदनाला खबर ना म्हाका किती हा थंय अरे ते हेझड वेस्ट किती हा व्हॉट आर यू डिगिंग इन दॅट वेस्ट Initially, Environment Minister म्हणून लावलो, it has to be reclassified. तेणे क्लासिफाय केल्ले वेस्ट मो 2009 तुही आलो हिंगा काँग्रेसी टायमार त्या वेळार हे हेझडस वेस्ट क्लासिफाय जाले मागीर तितून कितें सोदताय तुमी कितें मेळटा तुमकां भांगारू तितून मेळटलें कितें आज म्हाका दिसपाचें स्पीकर सर आय नीड एन assurance. The Honorable Chief Minister has said this hazardous waste will be shifted. It will be shifted. If you look at the way videos are coming out day in, day out, every day, this water that is coming, you have an experienced Bob Levinson Martins, he knows about it. Please give him powers. He's now become Pollution Control Board chair. He knows entirely what is happening within this place. He comes from the neighboring village. Speaker sir, म्हाका तरी दिसता की law and order situation जावपाचें थिंगा. Every time I talk, assurance has been given that water is going into river Sal. Not pollution control but bis kapod गाताय. ते kapod मा 2 दिसा सोन्यो वसोन वयताय काटाय ओ कोण चोता ओ कित जाते कांय कोणा. हे उदो daily कुंकोळकारान कित्याक खावप. There is solution to this. The file is moved to you. As an administrative approval तू माचे बेगीन दी तो tender card and तो waste थिंगा card हुई और तुम दाजला हिंगा तालिका वाड. Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता it is a huge, my third charge. While some panchayats have basic infrastructure, MRF today remains non-functional. They are under construction or grossly underused. Speaker sir, implementation पढ़ा रूलाचे e-waste, plastic waste today is very poor. The same situation in respect of biomedical waste, and this is dumped into municipal bins, into forest areas. Speaker sir, एक extended producer responsibility म्हणती असता, EPR. This is against retail chains, against hotels, into packaging units. This is not enforced. You have to enforce this under the powers. Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता as I conclude on this particular demand of solid waste management, I charge that the funds allocated for waste management looks like is a waste of public money. We do not see any results when it comes to solid waste, plastic waste, e-waste, and medical waste. And I demand that you start a state innovation technology hub. Anik, a state science talent search. You organize these things for kids. This is something, a mentorship for 8 to 12. Introduce this. This is what science and technology should do. Speaker sir, Goa State Science and Technology Vision, a document, 2035. Yep, Jair Kor. Speaker sir, election I won't push. Anta kora, there or my kids at Tensuya. Speaker sir, Agadista Goa Science Fairs, these need to be for expose any global collaboration. There is so much Magadista that this department can do. Convert this Goa State Council for together. Convert this into a statutory authorities. Give them powers. Give your collector powers for implementation. Because a new solid waste treatment plant. Yeah, which clusters has the government any plans? You've introduced MRF, but there is something known as automated material recovery facilities in high density zones. This needs to be done. ज्या पद्धतीन एक waste tech incubator tie up with several universities. They are working into it. You have Goa University, get them, collaborate with them, Speaker sir. Magadista green procurement policies also needs to be mandatory done. ज्या पद्धतीन, as I wind up with science and technology, Speaker sir, science and technology Magadista should be rooted in the life and the challenges of the people. But Speaker sir, ज्या पद्धतीन science and department waste management today is just not infrastructure. We need to see that it is a civic ethic. Bring in these reforms, Speaker sir. Speaker sir, निमाणे labor and employment ची जेन्ना उलयतना तुगेले budget allocation आहा 39.77 crores आणि गेल्या वर्सा आशिल्ले 35 crores आणि actual expenditure 23 जाले 31, about 32 crores. Now there is definitely a gradual increase, but this increase is not showing, or this is not adequate today for the problems that are faced in Goa. The most chronic structural crisis, educated unemployment. And that's because Goa has one of the highest rates of unemployment. And जी पद्धत तुझ्याच मतदारसंघात सगळे मतदारसंघात ग्रॅज्युएट कोता तांकां शिकयताय माय पाय पयशे घालता रीण काडटा बरे बरे दोतोर जाता इंजिनियर जाता डिप्लोमा होल्डर जाता पूण जेन्ना they go after studying they only what do they see? They discover that there are very few quality jobs waiting for them either in private or the public sector. Now Speaker sir, Even worse is many employees today are bypassing. I think I will not repeat. Several people have spoken about the bypass of the local talent in favor of contractual workers from outside state, especially in sectors like hospitality, pharmaceutical, retail, and construction. Anna, you are not, Babush Mantri Hai is straight. I know that. What he says, he has said that periodic labor force survey figures, it is not genuine. Ata, Goa's unemployment is 8.7%, nearly double of the national average of 4.7. And the highest is 15 to 29 years, unemployment is around 19%. Ata, you have disputed this data, saying that this is inaccurate. So what is the correct data? What is the correct data? You argue that many registered job seekers are actually employed in private sectors, only seek government jobs. So exactly what is the percentage? What is the percentage, whether you have a mechanism? If you are disputing that, you should say that yes, this is the figure, that is not the figure. That means one engine is lying, the other engine is not lying. And he's got the capacity to basically highlight this. So, ती म्हाका दिसता हे figure सांगपा जाय आमकां आज. कितली आहा ती unemployment index? Speaker sir, म्हाका दिसता my charge is that the employment exchange today has lost its relevance. Honorable Minister, you need to make it relevant by renovating its functions and programs. Now what, Speaker sir, जरी तो आज चोयल्यार आज आमचे जायते worker आसा, a lot of problems, several issues. Today they are in a protest as well in Azad Maidan. They are forced today to hit roads, take out morchas, sit on dharnas, not only factory workers, but Speaker sir, confirm and contractual staff of government departments also today, आज, कितले जाय थंय? 10 वर्सां जालीं, 15 वर्सां जालीं, fix कोर, they are seeking justice. Recently, staff of Kadamba, they were protesting in the capital city for unpaid salary, restoration of provident fund contributions, regularization of temporary staff. Yes, Sogle comes under your purview. They have given you several letters. Aaj maga distas because of workers from pharmaceutical companies. They are coming, they are threatened by the act, management that we will transfer you more, dusre state in, if they demand their rights. You all have a provision that provides them to do whatever they want, these pharmaceutical companies. Because there are issues raised by River Navigation Department and many other departments, the IT department done. There is a need today to revise the salary of these helpers in pre-primary schools, which stands unchanged today for the last 12 years, Speaker sir. Unchanged. Aaj, maga dista ji monthly salary is far low as the minimum wages. Minimum wages per high, you need to make sure you write to the Honorable Chief Minister. There are so many of these cases. Labor Department should take a note that minimum wages also are not paid in these government schools. First, you all should practice what you all preach. Because helpers do not have any social security benefits. Recruitment, they should provide a one-time lump sum as gratuity and pension. This is the rules because of the Labor Department. Currently, because of government approach to sarko passive it looks as if it's a clerical department, the labor and employment. Speaker sir, I agree to the Honorable Minister that it is not only his role, it is the work, employment it should be generated today through agriculture, fisheries, industries, education, health. But Speaker sir, these are also who should generate, but आता जिला इलेक्शन येतली. जिला इलेक्शन हांवें मुखेलमंत्री घोशणा करतलो 10,000 जॉब 50,000 जॉब हे करीत आहले मागीर म्युनिसिपल इलेक्शन येतलें. म्युनिसिपल इलेक्शन आनी 15,000 जॉब. Staff Selection Commission, that is the authority today, has only 2,200 jobs as per our LEQ. So we should stop fooling the people. The current status today, staff selection says that only 2,200 recommendations, not 10,000. In government. Yes, at present, I'm talking about present. What is the future? We never know. Future you might be with us. Speaker sir, आज ज्या पद्धतीन labor and employment department should create a good platform for the employment of locals in public and private sectors. That is the role of this department. I would urge the Honorable Minister की एक revamp करपाची गरज आसा to digitize your employment exchange, make it a job matching, आणि एक employer rating platform, give incentives to companies that take Goans.
Industries department has given incentives, no?
No, see,
because it is their job actually. And plus, I have told the Honorable Chief Minister also, as far as this what is the investment promotion board is concerned, I said that labor the commissioner of labor also should be a member. So he should basically he should know what are the companies which are coming.
Correct.
So there's a time he can speak also.
No, correct. See, I'm not saying it is your, I said Department of Agriculture, Fisheries, Industries, Education, Health. These are those who perform or monitor the economic activity. Now, if you are saying that Labour and Commission not made member of IPP, it is shocking.
That's what I said. I told.
Yeah, I mean, you are speaking straight from your heart. I can see that. But why is this not taken? Speaker sir, maga dista ki you need to basically mandate job placement data. Itle under investment promotion board, itli lakh zomin, itle kotiyache investment. Goinkara kide meta? And why should we lose our land? Today, you have said you are coming with some policy within 6 months. You are calling attention gatla. So, Speaker Magadista, you need to introduce and track what we called as a Goa job quota policy. Start it in select sectors first. Aaj a Goa employment observatory. We need data. The graduates, the youth today are getting into drugs, are getting into alcohol, all sort of crimes. This is because there is no job placement. Itle shingon. आज engineer पडे आहे ते पासून LDC job apply करते. इतल्याक पावला speaker sir. So म्हाका दिसता we need data on vacancies. We need according to the skill demand, according to the skill deficits, fund a career counseling helpline for students and youth. You need to fund that. State what is the actual problem so that they also realize. Jenna speaker म्हाका दिसता you need to organize a district एक job fair तुवें केलो. I think about 4-5 crores was spent. What is about, I think 400 or 500 people got jobs in the private sectors, but there were about 15 to 21,000 applications. So Speaker sir, what is your next step? Demand एक alumni employment system, जे Goa University चे, college चे, state and track this system. There's so much that you can do that you don't require other departments. Because Department of Labour and Employment should set in motion the recommendations received from several stakeholders, from business associations. Aaj, you need to streamline the labour compliance. This is to reduce the harassment and compliance burden from industries. तुका हांव सांगता, जेन्ना लेबर तुवें हांवें तुका एक पत्र बरयल्लें आनी तुगेले लेबर कमिशनरान रेड मारली कुंकोळे 4,000 मायज लेबर एक इंडस्ट्रीन 400 कडे no sewage facilities, no water facilities. The government is still not come with a policy. This is completely illegal. Your commissioner knows about it. I have written to you. When we are saying it is illegal, I understand you do not want to close the industry, but when things are illegal, what steps have you taken? You wrote, you said that you would come with new laws. Have you come with labor law? Is it legal to keep 400 to 500 in one factory? 4,000 थिंगा सारकी टॉयलेटी फॅसिलिटी ना, उदका फॅसिलिटी ना, गोदावना भाशी 10-15 एक युनिटा रावता. That means you do everything for the industry. Come with this labor law. What is in your heads? Because of Magadista, and these are things now 5 to 6 years, not new. And this time I am quite serious because ki ye zori to tugele jenna tu sangta umki policy atlo. What have you done to make sure that labor law je pad illegally aaj tinga ye industry pad hai te use kota? What have you done for the protection of these laborers? Can you tell us? Because ek rationalization of inspection je ek single window digitalization inspection system to curb these visits, and you need to ensure this particular transparency. Labor welfare funds je timely use for skilling, housing, healthcare, insurance of workers. What is this being used? Ek Magadista, ek unified, I demand you have a unified employment portal. In this portal, digital job portal where industries can post vacancies and track the applications for local youth. Regularly industry labor departmentaचे dialogues. हे जावपाक जाय. Timetable of joint meetings between labor commissioner and industrial bodies. This needs to happen to address the grievance and a policy execution gap. आज ज्या पद्धतीन म्हाका दिसता स्पीकर सर खूप गरजेचें की you set up this type of parks where you have to basically and you send your team immediately send your team to Kunkolim to check what is the status for just check the status of these laborers. There are these that they are consuming drugs. Because of that drugs thing at the industrial estate are sogle peace Kunkolkaraso part jata. Because they cannot work with the amount of pollution, with the amount of the conditions, smell, odor. They are taking drugs, they are forced to work. I make a charge that this department, what are you doing to protect these laborers? Speaker Sir Magadista, as I end, it is, we observe thousands of these contract laborers working and migrating to Goa. It is a duty is cast onto the contractor and the employer to provide for basic amenities. Aj, if this implementation by the department, we will see mushrooming of slums in the cities of Goa. This is what is happening. Laborers living in unhygienic conditions. This department should have a nerve center. And when I say nerve centers, because to promote employment of locals in public and private
disaster management agencies of the DDMAs and the line department such as fire and emergency service, police, local bodies, etc. To mitigate any disaster, the list of such machinery equipments have been uploaded on IRDN. These equipments have been allotted to Fire and Emergency Services, Police Department, North Goa and South Goa Collectorate. The department is planning to set up National Disaster Response Force in the state of Goa. The land of around 25,000 square meters has been allotted at Osnora, Goa. In view of calamities such as flood, cyclone, landslide, etc., the government had announced additional benefits to the victims as per the nature of damages to the houses. In case of death due to calamities, ex gratia assistance of rupees 4 lakhs is paid to the next kin as per SDRF norms. In April 2025, rain gauge station has been installed at Darbandora for monitoring the amount of rainfall as assured the house during last monsoon session. In 2025, a special curriculum on disaster risk reduction and management was developed and will be integrated into the interdisciplinary area, IDA, subject for grade 9, in alignment with the National Education Policy NEP 2020. In 2024, the government notified the guidelines on minimum standard of relief. The said guidelines have been prepared on the lines of national level guidelines as per Section 12 of Disaster Management Act 2005 for providing standards of relief, temporary shelter, food, water, health, sanitation and hygiene, etc. To the persons affected by the disasters in the state, there was no heat wave related mitigation measures in place prior to 2024. The government has now notified the heat wave plan. In 2024, the government prepared a pocket booklet of the Goa State Communication Plan with contact details of SDMA officials and nodal officers for disaster management for each line department for a smooth and effective coordination between departments and disaster management authorities at state, district and departmental levels. Now, if you want me to go through your detailed cut motion, then I can go through that. You want me? So, no, first let me finish the other one. So, I will just speak on the demand number 52 and 60, and then I will come to then I will come to that. Speakers, I raised to reply to the cut motion with respect of demand number 52 and 60. The main function of the Office of Commissioner Labour and Employment is to inquire and settlement of various disputes between the employer and the employee. As and when the union workmen or the employers approaches, the issues are taken up on priority and all efforts are taken to arrive at the consent between contending parties for amicable settlement. In case there is no possibility of amicable settlement, then the dispute is referred to the Industrial Tribunal, cum Labour Court for adjudication. Labour inspectors are appointed to conduct a thorough, regular and surprise check inspection. Inspectors are assigned with various duties which include filing of charge sheets, claiming application under Minimum Wages and Payment of Wages Act, and submission of report under Employees Compensation Act. Also, they are assigned with the work of collection of data and other duties assigned from time to time. The department is also providing various services such as online registration of establishments and renewal of licenses which have saved the time of the public. Presently, 8 labour welfare centres have been operated for imparting training in cutting, embroidery and tailoring. Besides this, 2 schemes, namely schemes for supply of sewing machines and scheme for giving stipend to the trainees belonging to the SC/ST communities are enrolled in Goa. Labour Department safeguards the interest of the working class under the labour legislation and efforts are made to give relief to the workmen. Wherever the irregularities are detected, strict action is initiated against the defaulting employers by way of filing prosecution in the court of law. Apart from this, many complaints received from any workers' necessary investigation is done and relief is given to the workers. Under the Goa Labour Welfare Board, which is implementing 17 schemes to the benefits of industrial workers and their families' dependents, the financial assistance procedure for submission and eligibility differ in accordance of the scheme and board ensures timely disbursement of the benefits through online mode. And also under Goa Building and Other Construction Workers Welfare Board, 17 schemes are formulated. During pandemic, the workers who were registered with the above boards were provided necessary financial assistance. The department has also initiated the action for streamline the process of registration of BOCW by registering more beneficiaries so as to give the benefit to those workers. Necessary directions have been issued to cover more construction sites so that the registration is increased. As the entire state of Goa is covered under Employees State Insurance Scheme, all the insured persons and their family members are availing cashless medical treatment from 14 ESI and from 100 bedded ESI hospital at Margao. Besides these are 3 insurance medical practitioners appointed under ESI scheme and free consultation. Medicines are provided to the insured person. Apart from this, the ESIC is coming up with a 150 bedded hospital at Mulgaon, Bicholim. There are 2,16,514 insured persons in Goa covered under ESI Act. Unorganized workers have been registered under Ishram portal developed by the Government of India, wherein the Social Security Scheme as well as the health insurance schemes can be availed. Speaker sir, the employment exchange. The employment exchange does not create and provide jobs, but serves as a link between the job seekers and employers. Employment exchange registers the job seekers and submit their names to the employers in both public and private sector whenever vacancies are notified. Employees can notify their vacancies and get the list of prospective Goan job seekers, career aspirants at their fingertips. Simultaneously, the online registered job seekers would also get the notification of the available employment opportunities, both in private and public sectors, in their login credentials. Show cause notices are issued to those employees who fail to notify the vacancies in employment exchange, and accordingly, complaints have been filed before the JMFC Panjim. Department has requested EPFO and ESIC to provide the data of all employees registered under them. This will help to ascertain the count of employed and unemployed registered. As regards to the unemployment rate in Goa, various correspondence has been made to the central ministry agencies to furnish the source used to determine the same. In terms of Constitution of India, reservation cannot be made mandatory in public sector. Reservation is unconstitutional and discriminatory in nature as per judgment passed on 17/11/2023 by the Honorable High Court of Punjab and Haryana. Model Career Center. Model Career Center conducts various outreach activities to enhance the skill of job seekers. Job fair, placement drives are organized to bridge the gap between job seekers and job providers and to increase employment opportunities for the job seekers. Till date, MCC has conducted 340 outreach activities across various schools, colleges, 12 job fairs and 89 placement drives which have been benefited to 2,576 candidates who were offered jobs across various private sector employers. State government has moved a proposal to the central government to set up an additional model careers center in South. The government has also constituted a task force committee to draft an employment policy in private sector in which it is in final stage. I therefore request I will take the demand number 72. The department through Goa Waste Management Corporation is driving waste management initiative across the state. It has set up centralized facilities for the scientific treatment and disposal of waste generated in the state. The 250 ton per day solid waste management facility at Saligaon has treated over 5.5 lakh tons of solid waste and has generated more than 4.12 crores units of electricity. Similarly, the 100 ton per day facility at Kakora has treated more than 45,000 tons of solid waste and generated more than 58 lakh units of electricity. These facilities use advanced technology for treating the waste and converting biogas into electricity. To address any community concern, GWMC holds regular meetings with the village panchayats at Saligaon, Pilar and Kursore. The state has also a common hazardous waste treatment storage and disposal facility at Pisolem IDC. The common biomedical waste treatment facility at Kunde IDC is also operational. Currently, slaughter waste generated within the state is being temporarily disposed of at private managed facilities at Pisolem and Darbandora. GWMC is therefore exploring ways to tackle the issue and find a permanent solution. With respect to setting up of a solid waste treatment facility at Sonsede, the process is initiated and the work would be taken up as a deposit work. GWMC is collecting waste from highways and major district roads in Goa. GWMC is also carrying out the work of secondary collection and transportation of non-biodegradable waste from around 150 village panchayats and 442 educational institutes. GWMC is undertaking secondary wet waste collection from the local bodies to the Kakora from Sange, Darbandora, Kepe and Kankona talukas. GWMC has drafted the Goa Waste Recycling Unit policy. Also, currently in the process of identifying suitable land for relocation of scrapyard. Parallelly, GWMC is conducting physical verification to validate data of existing scrapyards and estimate land requirement. The Honorable NGT, while monitoring the states of waste management across the country, appreciated the facilities set up in Goa. Speaker Sir, as a result of sustained efforts of the government in scientifically managing solid waste, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs was pleased to bestow upon Panjim city the recognition of being cleanest city in its category and Sankali as the promising Swachh Shehar under the Swachh Sarveshwar. Through the Goa State Innovation Council, department has conducted over 803 innovation-centric sessions across Goa. Also engaged are more than 58,927 participants. So also filed 20 provisional patent, supported 72 prototype development projects, mentored 106 innovation projects and recorded 1,532 idea submissions and 102 startups listing on the virtual innovation register. Department has established the rapid typing lab at Don Bosco College of Engineering, Fatorda. The success and the impact of this initiative was naturally recognized with the Scotch Order of Merit Award in 2023. The Virtual Innovation Register has received prestigious national level recognition. It was featured in the e-coffee table book on select priority programs from the Prime Minister's Award from Excellence in Private Administration 2021. These initiatives by department demonstrate that Goa has actively addressed the need for innovation infrastructure by creating sustainable and scalable models that support the entire innovation life cycle. The Goa State Innovation Council has remained active over the past 2 fiscal cycles, constantly conducting programs, workshops, and outreach initiatives across educational institutes, startups, and the innovation ecosystem. It has conducted a combined total of 285 sessions, imparting 29,097 participants across Goa. This performance clearly reflects that Innovation Council is strategically aligned with the objectives of promoting innovation and scientific thinking in Goa. So far, government has succeeded in obtaining GI tags for 10 Goan products. Further, 12 GI applications are under various stages of examination in GI Registry, Chennai. The department is committed in promoting scientific temper, fostering innovation and supporting research and development. Several initiatives and schemes have been implemented to address various aspects highlighted in the cut motions. Further, department implements various grant and aid schemes. Proposals submitted by academic and research institutions are rigorously evaluated by expert committees and finding is extended to schools and colleges. In addition, Manohar Parrikar Vidyan Mahotsav is organized every year on 13th December. This program benefits over 6,000 students every year. Also, the Manohar Parrikar Yuva Scientific Award is conferred upon a young scientist every year, which includes cash prize of rupees 5 lakhs along with citation. The Goa Rajya Vidyanak Puraskar is awarded to 3 Goan scientists, one each amounting to rupees 2 lakhs. Grant in aid is provided to academic institutions for organizing science seminars, workshop and other science awareness programs for the benefits of the students. Travel grants to travel in India and abroad are also extended to support participation in scientific events, conferences. The department reiterates its dedication to advancing the goals of science and technology in Goa and remains open to constructive feedback aimed to improving outreach, inclusivity and innovation in the state's science and technological ecosystem. Speaker, sir, I will answer to some of the queries raised by the members. I think Advocate Carlos had raised this thing. Place to be identified to dispose of construction debris. I think this was one of this thing what they had asked as far as waste management is concerned. A temporary site has been identified at Tume. Further site has been explored. This is one. And you had asked regarding address of the people in the records for service of notices. As far as the ISLR writing or Mamladar mutation, I think you had asked for. Yes. The suggestion will be examined. The government also in process of making provisions of recording Aadhaar card number with the survey records to link with the records of rights with the consent of the land owners to facilitate sending of SMS in case of any change in ROR, which will be very useful and safeguard land interests of overseas Goans. There is already a provision in LRC for automatic partition in section 61 of Goa Land Revenue Code of government acquired land. It will ensure that such provisions are duly implemented so that a private landowner need not seek NOC from government. All efforts are made to dispose all Alvara grant cases expeditiously. During the last meeting of SDMA conducted by Honorable CM and myself, we had issued direction to Director of Fire and Emergency Service to provide all the assistance for cutting off dangerous trees. And recently, the Taluka level flying squads are constituted. A dedicated WhatsApp number is provided to the flying squad to receive public complaints. As regards to delay in conversion cases, it is brought to the notice of the honorable members that the cases of conversion are already covered under time-bound delivery services, which provides for penalty on the officers if not disposed within prescribed time. The suggestion made by Honorable MLA for regularization of encroachment on Komnar land is under consideration of the government, and in this assembly session, an appropriate amendment will be brought in. As regards to appointment of Komnar staff in Serula Komnar without the approval of administrator, I have asked for this thing. I think permission was, appointment order has been signed by the administrators on 25/1/2023. As per Article 98 of the Code of Komunidad, administrator shall not make temporary arrangement to fill the post until the government makes arrangement. So it was not right on his part actually to make this. So we will look into it. Speaker, sir, as far as labor, this thing, Advocate Carlos only had made a mention. Scheme for building or construction. There are 17 schemes. I had already read out all the schemes, whichever. Madam Delilah Lobo. I think there was on the thing. Foul smell at Saligaon plant you have just mentioned. As regards to the foul smell, the accumulated RDF due to road closure and annual maintenance shutdown of cement factories has been cleared for opting for alternative disposal mechanism. A supervisory committee under Honorable MLA of Saligaon is also under consideration. And South Goa waste not to be disposed of Saligaon. Most of the waste from South Goa local bodies has been diverted to Kakora plant. So whatever is coming also that we will stop. Yeah. So we'll just look into it because there is still capacity as far as the Kakora plant is concerned. And Madam, you had raised an issue regarding, as regards to payment of compensation to the affected families by disaster. I have instructed both the collector to expedite the cases for disbursement of compensation. During this year, a fund of ₹3 crores each is in place with the collectors, and also an amount of ₹5 lakhs are placed with each deputy collector. The proposal of appointment of new staff on vacant positions are already initiated by the government, and the vacancies will be filled at the earliest. Dr. Chandrakant Shetye, direction has already been given to all deputy collectors to carefully issue the EWS certificates. You had raised this issue. Directions will also be given to GSIDC or collector to expedite the work of Bicholim Administrative Office building. And as far as labor is concerned, the major activities of the employment exchange is centered on registration of job seekers and submission of the names to the employees in both public and private sector as per the requirement against the notified vacancies from 1/1/2021 to 30th/6/2025. A total number of 50,191 private sector vacancies were notified in employment exchange. Honorable Member Rudolph Fernandez, government had brought into force as an Excheat and Bona Vasantya Act, which will protect properties from Goan owners from third parties encroachment. Kedar Naik is not there. I think Honorable Member Mr. Sankar Amonkar, the process of giving ownership to the GRB it was, no? GRB unit is in process. The revision of minimum land rates in respect of Marmango Taluka is under consideration of the government. The proposal of land slides, you had asked for some letter, you wanted a NOC from this thing. Yeah, I will give instruction to the South Goa collector to issue the NOCs. Mr. Premanand Sheth, I will ask the collector not to inquire into the compensation affected people and ask to expedite the same. The issue raised on a 20-point program is under consideration of the government, and very soon government will come up with resolution of the problems faced by 20-point program allottees. As far as labor is concerned, the industrial disputes are taken by the Commissioner Labor, Deputy Commissioner, Labor Commissioner and Assistant Labor Commissioner under Industrial Disputes Act 1947. Under the Act, Labor Department officials have powers for only conciliation proceedings. If conciliation fails, then the matters are sent to adjudication again, before Labor Court, the presiding officer court and the judicial officer. Sorry? That collector will decide on this. It depends on the damages. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Kedar Naik is there. Now, whose I should take? Captain Ganzi is not there. As far as your thing is concerned, you just give me the details. I will look into. I will inquire into the matter.
Ease of doing business
Yeah.
एक तुझो जॉइंट मामलेदार वन आहा
Yeah.
म्हापसा जो आहा
Right.
ताका चार्ज आहा की तो एक फॉल्स EWS सर्टिफिकेट घेवन ताका जॉब मेळा
This is under consideration. Hasn't finalized kind down.
ना स्पीकर सर मुख्यमंत्र्याक हे आसतली ती कमिटी जी आहा
Okay, so I will.
तातून कोण गोंयकार ना सगळे भायले
Okay, I will address.
थर्ड डिस्ट्रिक्ट केला मूळ गोंयकार
The LOP.
कितें आता
Labor Department
आणि
has conducted
ऑपोजिशन जाला
inspection. Now,
काणकोणच्या
regarding-
ऑपोजिशन आहा काणकोणकार म्हणटा मडगांव बरें म्हणून एक काल मिटींग जाल्या स्पीकर सर तुमकां खबर आसतलें तुमचे समर्थक आशिल्ले मिटींगेत सो हांव क्लियर हांव उलयतां म्हणजे तुमच्या खातीर उलयतां काणकोणकारा खातीर उलयतां फातोर्डेकारा खातीर न्ही काणकोणकारा खातीर
The Labor Department has conducted inspection in Konkoli Industrial Estate in 30 industries. Notice has been issued to them. Those industries who are not complied have been prosecuted, and so far 12 cases have resulted in conviction by by fines of JMFC court and an amount of rupees 94,000 is recovered as fines.
94,000?
Yeah.
4,000 लोक हा मतिंगा 94,000 मिनट्यानो 1 सेकंड इनकम असतो तेगे 94,000.
Out of that 12 cases has been resulted, I said, into conviction.
Conviction?
Yeah. So that is after the conviction that they have to pay the
implement and last time is already.
See, we have got
implementation down na.
What we
answer
already कायदो आसा.
what
काय
I can
फक्त implementation तुम्ही करू.
आम्ही इंटरस्टेट लेबर हेजो आहा पळय न्हू आनी तो लेबर मंडी हे रेग्युलेट करपाक घेता पण ते रेग्युलेट करपाक घेतल्या उपरांत तुम्ही म्हणूंक जायना मागीर भायल्या लेबरा खातीरूच हे सगळें करता म्हणून
गोंयांत हे लेबर जाय भायले लोक येवन काम करतात ते नानी आतां आमी तांकां कशें घेतात ते रोकडा म्हणून येतात तांकां रेट फिक्स नासता
800 रुपया 900
रुपया कितेंय सांगू शकता घेवपाचें मागीर गोंयकार कितें तोंडाक ते लायतात सो तांकां एक रेग्युलेशन सेकंड कितें आमची रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जातली वील हॅव टू गिव दॅम मेडिकल फेसिलिटी ताजेर तो फंड आहा ताजे कडेन कोविडाच्या टायमार ताणें वापरलो घुसपायलो तो फंड आहा तो वापर आनी कर ती लेबर मंडी दिस इज कमिंग विथीन नॅशनल गायडलायन्स
Health Speaker sir, I have made a very serious allegation. To my point, please give one. With the way the laborers are treated, drugs is moving around in that industrial estate. I am telling because they cannot work. Condition इतले bad aha. एक into 10-15
this fine what was imposed is because residing into industrial state plots. That's the reason.
Yeah, but they are still residing. You send tomorrow.
So I'll check.
Send tomorrow.
ई-श्रम लेबर कार्ड जो आहा पळय न्ही तो कंपल्सरी केला आता जो मायग्रंट
काय ना ई-श्रम बिश्रम
33,000 कार्डा रजिस्टर झाली काय ना
फाल्यां धाडपाले चेक कर
ही 33,000 कार्डा रजिस्टर आहा आमच्याकडे 33,000 आसा मरे 33,000
कितलो लेबर हा गोंयांत तो
80,000 जाली रजिस्टर्ड ही लेबर सगळी भायली लेबर आसतलो 1.5 लाख आसतलो पण 80,000 तरी आमी ऑलरेडी ई-श्रम केली
you all have no policy for that so that
we have the policy
what is your policy
ई-श्रम कार्ड जो आहा पळय न्ही तो आमी रजिस्टर्ड करून घेता मायग्रंट लेबर कंपल्सरी तेंच्यानी रजिस्टर्ड करपाक जाय फॉर देम वी आर गिविंग द फॅसिलिटीज ऑल्सो
माय मुखार सांग ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर
चिंबेल म्हणले इट इज बाय मिस्टेक इट इज नॉट चिंबेल इट इज कुर्का बिहारी बिकेम अ टेनंट सो तो बिहार दिवस तुझ्यान कुर्का करून जाता चिंबेल न्ही सॉरी
बरें सांग
कुर्का
as far as ISLR you had raised certain issue I think it was all that whatever was transferred it was been reverted back to the
no speaker sir I see honorable minister who allowed it to be transferred it is an allegation that almost 1 crore for one change in the structure 300 सुमार structure change केला also yaha हे सगळे structure हा एक crore गेला who allowed it you were not aware I know chief minister DSLR structure change केला इथे इथून permission what action you will take there is a corruption charge what action who allowed it to change that no verify no change कोण मंत्री who allowed it to change
it has already been put back in the
but who allowed it तेजेर कलांगूट एक हॉस्पिटला जे हॉटेला परमिशन गेला you have what action you it is a criminal offense file an FIR do this inquiry
inquiry करता तेजेर परत सांगता तुका inquiry करता
अरे केन्ना केल्ले 24 2024 केल्ले honorable chief minister when I raised this question that is when things started moving and it is note is gone to secretary note now there are more than 300 structures that are changed in CZMP is a very serious allegation you please look they suspend them and FIR file kor ye itle koti rupiya almost 300 ya officeran घेतला it is a lapse on his department it's a major allegation that I am making
स्पीकर सर परत एकदा ताका सांगता हे जर तो एलिगेशन करता ते जर बरोबर आसत जाल्यार कन्सल्ट
अरे बरोबर हा मग मंत्री सांगला चेंज केला मग कितको चेंज केलो तुई सांगलाले
हांवें सांगूंक ना चेंज
मागीर मिनिस्टरान सांगला
मिनिस्टरानूय सांगूंक ना जर केला
चेंज कोणी केले
चेंज केला असत न्ही जाल्यार तेजेर ऑलरेडी आमी हे करता
कित कोता कित कोता
एक्शन घेता
We will conduct an inquiry into it.
No, no, not inquiry. You have just said that he has changed. How many structures have been changed?
See, whatever has come to our notice, what we have heard that certain structures were changed. Yeah. So we basically reverted it back.
No, the question is not that. Here, CRZ, poor fishermen are waiting for relief. And here, one hotel, one structures, all these structures, I've got the Bunak's plans. Speaker sir, this is airport zala, structure change pot zala. The very serious offense. Salseti zala, Penne zala, Morji zala, सगळे गावान जाला आणि हे करपी कोणे आदेश दिले हे करपाक you came to know when someone of your relation this particular person went to your relation to change the structure you also were unaware जे IP address असता म्हापसाच्या गावात बसून ते कोलवा चेंज करताले मोडगांवच्या गावात चेंज करून मोर्जीचे करताले so this is a very serious thing honorable chief you make a statement this is worth 1 crore rupees
जे इन्क्वायरी करता आणि त्याचेर एक्शन घेता
we will conduct an inquiry because we need to know how many structures basically has been changed.
No, you said if you are saying that structures were changed is reverted back that means you know how many structures how you don't know
no we are not aware of how many structures basically
what you rechanged then
no we said whatever was done through that Bunakshar thing
whatever but that gives you an idea no how many you have changed
which has been reverted back because I remember even our ministers one of his issue also was there in question.
See honorable minister you are saying what was changed you reverted back but in that time almost no you cannot
under rule 16 clause 1 I move a motion to extend the duration of the sitting of the house by half an hour.
So
is before the house those in favor may say aye.
Aye.
Those against may say no. I serve it duration of sitting of the house is extended by
honorable minister you are saying that those they have product change kelne you reverted back that means ask your department secretary revenue doesn't know how it was operated people were forced to do it rati phone yetale 1 kodi metale आणि जे मनीस आज IP address was opened in Morji to change Salset was open to change Morji all this type of frauds today this is a major racket sarke eje to action and worst part was you are not denying it someone went to your relation also saying please change the plan when you are revenue minister and asking for money from your relation that is what I got to know
see we will conduct an inquiry
I suspend them.
No, I assure you we will conduct an inquiry and we will check if any irregularities has been committed.
You yourself are admitting that already change was made.
The changes whatever was put through that Munakshar map that we came to know. So we told to basically revert it back.
That is now if you have not instructed, chief minister has not instructed, then who did it or what? Why did they do it?
Yeah, I think this mischief was played by someone, some lower person from the
It is lower, check their phone calls, there is no lower, there is higher.
That is the
lower cannot simply do and collect crores of rupees, honorable minister.
I assure you that we are going to inquire and get to the bottom of this matter.
Yes.
Please rest assured.
Okay.
So, I have got another two things I think as far as regional is concerned. Madam Divya Rani had asked one this thing. There was black spots near Panchayat borders, as you said. This is the primary responsibility actually of respective local bodies, whereas GWMC can assist a Panchayat in conducting awareness program in order to tackle this. And will help actually as far as your Panchayat is concerned to tackle this. So what is the best mechanism they can use in future of course to check on this? And our MLA, the regional Lawrence, black spots in 6 locations to be cleared by GWMC. This black spots will be taken up clear on timely time activity by GWMC. We will take up the cleaning of that. On several activities has been cleared and decided and handed over to Margaon MC.
Now, to hazardous waste
you had asked for a new plant at Sansoda. You had asked for. With respect to new plant at Sansoda, the GWMC has initiated the process, and the work will be taken up as a deposit work. Soon. Yes,
That
sorry.
hazardous waste you didn't answer. When are you planning to shift that?
Cooling.
Yeah. The file is come to you.
If the file is complete, I'll just check on this thing. I will clear it. Yeah, Bureau Institute will clear. Speaker, sir, I think most of the thing we have already covered. In view of the reply, I request the opposition members basically.
Yes. I mentioned about a gang. One gang which is operating, grabbing lands of Comunidad of Asagaon and Anjuna. I said the same people are operating and it has come to your knowledge.
Yeah.
So what is this you are taking against them?
And your file has been cleared. It is marked to the CM.
Hazardous waste.
Yeah, hazardous waste.
No, about this gang which I asked.
Clear.
What is that?
The gang which is operating, which is grabbing lands of the Anjuna and the Asagaon Comunidad. They are putting their name as tenant and then they are trying to grab those lands.
If you have got any details, you just give me the details.
I will give you.
I'll discuss with you.
रिगार्डिंग ते नेम नावाचे प्रॉब्लेम जाता इश्यू जाता म्हणून त्याका लागून कितें सोल्युशन हाडटले तेजे डिसिजन घेतला तुम्ही
खंयच्या नावाचे
ते आता फादर्स नेम आसा आणि ते आता भुरगे
you said as far as earlier they were Catholics and then after changed to this thing.
So that solution has to be done आणि एसटी पासून आसा आमचे तांकां खूप प्रॉब्लेम जाता सो म्हाका स्पीकर जरा खबर आसतली
Speaker sir, I will look no, I will look into it. We'll find some solution. We'll find a solution to this.
Okay, because हांवें तुमकां दोन
No, I will check and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, आणि एक तो सेम दोतोरान सांगले त्या भशेन ते लँड ग्रॅबिंग चालू आसा कोमदात लँडाचे सो हेच्या बाबतींत तुमकां हांव कंप्लेन दिल्ली आसा मातशें एक्शन घेया तेजेर.
No, whatever you have, anything you just give me, submit me all the papers. I will look into this.
ना हांवें ते साऊथ गोवा कलेक्टरेट माझे एन्युअल मेंटेनन्स कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट
कॉलिंग अटेन्शन आपयल्लें
ते मातशें कलेक्टर सांगून काडो मेळ जालो
कितें
ट्रॉलर्स पार्क्ड इन राशोल.
Okay, fine, I'll speak.
Hundreds of are there. Think toilet arrangement na kai na.
Fine, I will speak to them. So I request the honourable opposition members basically to support the cut motion.
Yes.
To support a demand.
Yes. आता वडले प्रमाणे 5A, B, C, D, E, F अशिल्ल्यो मागण्यो क्रमांक 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 आणि 72 वयल्यो कपात सुचोवण्यो सभागृहाच्या मतदानात घालता. जेका मान्य आसात हय म्हणचे, जेका मान्य ना ताणें ना म्हणचे. ना म्हणटाचे म्हणणे मान्य जाले, ना म्हणटाचे म्हणणे मान्य जाले, कपात सुचोवण्यो नामंजूर जाल्यो. आता हांव वळले प्रमाणे आजच्या दिसाच्यो मागण्यो क्रमांक 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 आणि 72 सभागृहाच्या मतदानात घालता. जेका मान्य आसा ताणें हय म्हणचे.
हय.
जेका मान्य ना ताणें ना म्हणचे. हय म्हणटाचे म्हणणे मान्य जालें, हय म्हणटाचे म्हणणे मान्य जालें. मागण्यो क्रमांक 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 आणि 72 मंजूर जाल्यो. आता सभागृह आमकां कांयच कामकाज नाशिल्लें. सभागृह बिरेस्तारा 31 जुलय 2025 सकाळी 11 मेरेन 11:30 मेरेन स्थगीत करता.